What's up, folks? What's up, weekend people? We're done with another week. It's Friday. It's done the weekend. And I plan to fish for the next 3 days. No fishing today. I had to do the, behind the scenes stuff like editing, uploading. And now I'm here. Oh yeah, I'm live. I gotta get Bernie back. I go find Bernie. How'd it go from nobody to five? Really? StreamYard's just so weird. It's like 005 all at once. Hey Jacob, how are y'all? We got right here in the house. We got maybe right here in the house. We got right here in the house. Any fishing for you today, sir? No, that's what I'm saying. I didn't fish today. It was editing and uploading. Editing, uploading, and I had to deal with I do I had to call GoDaddy and do some stuff. So I said I plan to fish the next 3 days. So tomorrow, hitting it up with Andre at Pinot. Man, I think Sunday I'm going to be with Sabi. Probably back to Pinot again. And then Monday, possibly with DRW at Nacimiento. So got a full 3 days. 3 days of filming. Film, and film. It's good to get back to filming shows more consistently. Still waiting for these slow chats. Had some fun with the I don't know, wanted to see if you guys saw the new video. Did a little more B rolling on that one. Ashley went out and intentionally took out my, well, I guess B roll camera. And shot all that what I thought was kind of fun little fun B roll with it. Guess it's kind of more what people want these days. So, you know. Hey Jose, how's it going? I have to throw that in there. Hey Tommy K, I didn't see you come in. I said these chats are always so behind. Jose came in. I don't know. I was trying to see if people watched the new video and had some. I don't know. I don't know. You said I mean, you said you guys didn't say. I said it. No, I've been doing more of the B-roll stuff. Doing intentional B-roll. I've been resisting a long time with that. But I mean, I have fun doing it. I like doing it. So I'm getting more intentional with it and just I know you guys aren't used to a lot of like the music and B-roll stuff in mine, especially this time because I did two. I did one in sort of the beginning, and I did that cool one kind of at the end. But I miss that. I mean, I don't miss. I don't know. I've never incorporated into my shows too much. So I was just wondering. And is anybody else fishing this weekend? I mean, said I have 3 days in a row. 3 days of making shows in a row. I think 2 days of Pinot. Something different with Andre tomorrow. Probably gonna be doing some flipping. I haven't flipped Pinot in a long time. Chris's boat doesn't really work out. Um, DRW is not much of a flipper, but Andre supposedly he likes it. That's what he does. So I think that'll be fun to fish with the clear water. A lot of times they'll get up on that inside. So, and then Michael back there with the giant Andre. Me think me I think on Sunday. Yeah, I said Sunday. I don't know. Wasabi got a hold of me yesterday. Nice to just catch 3 or 4 bass. Wish I was. Sorry, it's like one, two, three, four, five, five. Uh, heading to. Oh, trout fishing. Yeah, I know they're already sticking in trout. Well, Monday will be fun. We go to Nassau and get the spots. They're much more lucrative. That lake usually catch a lot of fish. At least 15, 20. Yeah, and they don't put them around here trout. I know it's tis the season. The water's getting down to the 60s now, so they're already dumping trout in everywhere. But like I said, they dump them in El Estero once in a while. They might have already dumped them in there by the way it looks. By the fish I saw jumping, they might have been trout. But yeah, Sandy Wool, I think is the closest one. I tried that last year. That didn't really, that didn't pan out too well. Worst trout plant I've ever been to. It was just horrible. True fishing, what's up? Got another person in the house. I'm doing all right. Just spent the day editing, getting ready to do 3 days of filming in a row, 3 shows with three separate people. So that should be fun. I really like doing my shows with people now. Going out with fishermen that compared to I was always going solo all the time. Except for, the weekly Chris's that we did for quite a while. Can't wait to get back out with him once he gets his boat all set up. So we can start doing the Chris and Scott show again. I miss watching him eat all day. How the other fishermen eat? They're like me. With Chris, he's the eater. So it's a lot of fun. Yeah, I know DRW actually put up. I'll have to do the link in a post. I just noticed it was on my actually on my recommendations, and I watched his little show of our venture at Pinot. He kind of combined both days. I put both days as separate individual, and he combined them into one video. It was good. I'm just not used to watching myself like through through just a like other camera. It's really weird. I'm like, I'm not used to watching myself from somebody else's perspective. Because he just has that one camera uses in the back of the boat. He doesn't do the chesty thing or anything. Just one perspective in the back. Was it back right corner of the boat? That's where the light plug is, where everyone uses it, puts their stick. It's still fun though. I mean, it still shows everything. Audio's a little weak. Johnny boy, what's up? It's Friday. What's up, CCB crew? Yeah, it's Friday. That's why I titled it Friday, guys. What is going on? What is going on? Got some of the. Well, I told you. I mean, got the merch thing going on. Got 3 days in a row to go film some shows. Got to get back into the show filming thing. Kind of lazy for a while. Well, not lazy. I just want to do, educational and tips and tricks type stuff around the house. So, still got a couple other blogs and stuff that I can film right here, not fishing shows. Then I got into the whole panel thing. What's up with you, Johnny boy? We see we have a few people that are trying to go fishing this weekend. Trout fishing tomorrow. And then we got JT Crappie Kid. I didn't even see you come in. Sorry. It wasn't intentionally because of you. It's just that my micro chat is hard to follow. Uh, here's my buddy Corn Farts. Oh, that wasn't mine. That was low budgets. I don't think low budget's in here, is he? Going south. How's it going? Going south. Welcome. Yeah, 54 a.m. Uh, yeah, no, that wasn't mine. That was Just Fish D and I think Corn Farts both won. That was a giveaway from low budget. He's doing his own plastics and stuff. Doing his old molds, so he did a little giveaway for it. I haven't done giveaways in a while. I did tons and tons of them for like 6 months. Once a month, I did randomly giveaways. Now I'm just kind of, I don't know. Those were fun ones. Those were, about my baits and all those free hats that I always get from FLW and stuff, and free baits that I get when I'm there. But I didn't do tournaments this year, so I'll start doing them again. I'll just do bigger ones eventually. Hi from Greenland. Wow, you're actually in Greenland. Wow. Long way away. Hey, there's Low. Mr. Budget came in. Shipped out your baits today. I shipped your baits Tuesday. It's the estimated. Oh, I still have it right here. Maybe. Yeah, right here. Right here. Somewhere. Yeah. Yeah. It's right. It's right here on my. I don't want to show it too close. But yeah, it's the delivery date, Tuesday. So yeah, you'll be getting. You should be getting them on Tuesday. But yeah, fact is, I didn't like your choices, so I gave you something completely different. you, you didn't read the small print when you ordered. It says, uh, Baitmaker has full knowledge and full authority to change your order if he thinks you didn't order good stuff. So it'll be a surprise. Oh, and I don't have any catalog, so I could do a signed catalog. But having Arctic Jar. Oh, nice. Arctic char. I've never caught a char. I am back. Go check out our merch. Nice. I didn't know you had a link. We all got the link people in here. Thank you guys so much for that, by the way. Uh, a bag full of flicking rigs. Yeah, yeah. F you with those cranks, man. I'm giving you what I fish. It's all finesse jigs and flicking heads and flicking baits and 3-inch stickworms. You ain't gonna catch nothing on but gar on that stuff I sent you. I know you secretly want them because you love catching gar. Rolling a joint. Yeah, that's fine. I don't have one sitting here. Clove cigarette. Everybody thinks they're buns. Bunts? Yeah, everybody thinks they're buns. Hey, Jess Fish came in. They're these right here with a warning. Dejarum specials. Jess Fish is in the house, guys. I saw your order finally. I saw your order for your own shirt there, Jess Fish. It didn't show up. I had to go to my analytics. Still didn't show me any profit from it, but oh well. No, I had to go to the other day. I was trying to go to analytics, it wouldn't show, but analytics finally showed it that you bought the sweatshirt. And yeah, it's really funny because I didn't really notice analytics, but everybody's looking the most looks on there have been at the CCB show logo. CCB show logo has gotten like it said like 50 clicks on it, 60 something. I mean, way more than all the rest of them. I'm like, well, I mean, it stands to reason. I mean, that's the logo that people see. The one, it's in the corner. There's one's in my shows. But I now have what? I have 14 listings on there now. 14 already. 14 designs. And I still haven't I still haven't seen Corn Farts. He hasn't been on since Tuesday. He doesn't even know I made a shirt of him. He's like he went AWOL. He just totally just freaking disappeared. I was like, what the heck? I made him his shirt. He was the one that kind of came up with the idea. And he kept saying he's waiting for his Corn Farts Loves Me shirt. And then Jessfish showed up and he saw his 100% discount. I know, that's what I thought. I actually had to go back and check it. I'm like, well, what the hell? Did I put 100% in there? No, it's in there. It says 10%. I just don't know why it doesn't show up like the other orders did. It's the first time I've done a promo code, so I don't know if that has to do with the promo code. White, green, clean, tasty, cheap seafood. Oh yeah. I said I'm fishing there tomorrow with I'm filming a show with Andre tomorrow, and then I might be there filming. I'll probably be there filming a show with Wasabi on Sunday, and then Monday, although DRW hasn't got back a hold of me, we have tentative plans to hit up Nasi on Monday. So I said this should be a lot of fun. 3 days straight of filming, back to sort of what I'm used to doing. I used to film, like 4 or 5 days a week, and now I mean, I still fish, but I go live when I'm fishing. But I'm getting back into the how cold is Greenland? Greenland's pretty damn cold, just fish. Going south, not cold at all. Oh, it's not cold. All right. Well, it's called Greenland, not Iceland. I think I was thinking Iceland, not Greenland. I think Iceland is cold and Greenland is green and growing. The old country. That's snow. We get none. Yeah, I said I was thinking Iceland. Yeah. Well, makes sense. They're Greenland, so they should be green, right? Which means it's not snow. It's it's plants. Which is like California's the golden state because we don't get any water and everything's dead. Greenland is mostly ice. Is it? Well, evidently not where he is. He's going south. So if you go to the south end of Greenland, it's green. Thanks, low budget. Thanks for putting that in my face. Hope you love your baits, buddy. They're named opposite. All right. So Iceland's mostly non-ice, and Greenland's all ice. Reverse psychology is that what's going on there? We only have a few mountains that get snow on them. Let's call our country Iceland. Hey, our country's covered with ice. Let's call it Greenland. Just to F with people. Sounds reasonable. It's like when people come here. So throw it in the merch link again. Thank you so much. There we go. Yeah, it was an argument. We have more ice than you have. No, you don't. Yes, we do. Yes, no, no, no. No. F you. We're more green than you are green. Then they did it like they named it by Rochambeau. That's what it was. What we they Rochambeaued for a name. We want Iceland. No, we picked Iceland. No, you get Greenland. We want Iceland. Let's Rochambeau for it. Oh, damn. Well, that's fair. When we doing smart in the fifth grader? I don't know. Maybe we'll do it this Tuesday. No, probably not Tuesday. I don't know. People want to do it as a panel. It'd be interesting to do smart in fifth grade as a panel. I didn't think of that because I don't usually do panels on Tuesday because that's when we execute people. But check out the merch. Yeah, but I didn't think of panels for smart in fifth grade. That would be pretty fun. That'd be pretty fun. I don't know with panels though. I mean, it'd be hard for you guys to see the screen, but I always read the questions anyway and the answers. So that would be a fun one though. Panels with the smart and fifth grader. I forget who brought that up. Was that Paradise? Somebody brought it up last time. Somebody said, "Hey, we should do panels with Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?" I went, "Damn, that's a great idea." Got to make that one happen. So nobody wants to come on the panel. Is that gonna be the same thing when you smart a fifth grader? Small country. Yes, we got to do family games. Oh wait, I got like 15 freaking comments in a row. You said it. I think it was you. I knew somebody said it. I went, "Oh my god, that's a great idea. Why didn't I think of that?" It was low budget. Low came in with it. I'm not gonna march in there right now and do it. Not gonna do that. Not tonight. But we will do it. Panel game night. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We have Tuesday night hangouts is pretty good. And I can't switch from a non-panel to a panel. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. Maybe it'll be Wednesday. Maybe we'll do hump day panel smarter fifth grader night. Something like that. Something like that going. Wish I could find other games. Should do smart. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Hello, where's no event? Let me back up. That's where the conversation's been going for a while here. Oops. That's what we done been talking about. Are you smart in fifth grader? What with panels? Purple Gang came in, guys. Purple Gang is here. Yeah, I said I tried to find like Jeopardy. How much you been drinking? I thought I got slow. Jose's on the merch link. That's a good mod there. Yeah, it'll happen. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Next week at one day. Maybe it'll probably possibly be like Wednesday. Because I already have the Thursday human fishing and the Tuesday hangouts, but we can do a hump day game night. Delayed. Yeah. Yeah, well, think about when you're on the panel. People just won't be able to read your comments. They'll be able to watch you. Bass the North. How you doing, Bass the North? Thanks for joining. We're just talking about doing a smart in the fifth grader with panels. That could be a lot of fun, guys. I'm sure it'll be hilarious. I just, yeah, just through me and the comments when we do it, it's hilarious. So for other people to be able to watch us talk and interact with a full panel, that'll be a lot of fun. We could do we could do teams. I think. I don't know. I think you're allowed to have like I don't know, we can figure it out. I thought you'd have two people play. Maybe it is only individual. But we could have like 3 people. Lolo came in. Yeah, it'd be definitely entertaining. Yeah, it's entertaining enough. It's the comments. Budget made it. Are you Mickey Mouse now or are you normal? We never know when you come in. Sometimes your voice is all heliumed out.
Guys, I don't know. I don't know what does that.
Welcome, guys. I'm low budget.
Yeah, helium leak.
Yeah. You gotta seal off that tank in your garage better. Now we'll do a panel. Like I said, we could do teams. That'd be fun. Hopefully, maybe. I don't know. I don't think it's an option. Like, we can do it in a way where everybody, gets to answer. Oh, the beach bitchy boy came in the house.
Beach 'em.
Night. What are you doing? You're like making a lot of noise over there. You're all noisy.
It might be the rain. I don't know.
No.
Can you?
Doing potato.
Not saying nothing.
No, it's not the. No, it just sounded like you were like moving a lot. Right there, yeah. It's all like.
I usually can't sit still.
The rain? Doesn't sound like rain.
It is rain. It is raining, pumping on the roof.
I don't know. It was just your. Just your way.
For all
Your way. So, so you excited about all your information?
Can't wait. Can't wait.
Yeah, just a mystery order.
Mm. Oh crap.
Sounds like your clock is dying.
Who knows what I'm gonna get?
I don't know. It just sounds like a lot of clicking. Big raindrops.
This
Sure it's not hailing? No, it just sounds like you're scuffling around through stuff. Like you're shuffling a bunch of stuff on your desk all the time. That's what it was sounding like. Better now, but
it's just about done. It was raining, but now it's just dripping off the trees.
doesn't sound like rain. Sounds like shuffling. Where's the mic? Is the mic just on your phone?
Mm-hmm.
Better now. Let me sure it's you. Yeah, it's you. King Cobra. That sounds like it's got some bite. Yeah, no, actually, the hurricanes got more. Hurricanes still have more bite than this. They're a lot stronger than this stuff. So did you fish today, Low?
Yesterday I went out on the river for 2 hours, caught 4 little ones, and had one nice one. But the nice one got off. He as soon as he freaking picked it up, because I seen there was like this. The water's really high at the river, and it was kind of flooded up into these woods, and there was just like 2 little edges of grass with an opening, and I freaking flipped that worm right in that little opening there, and that sucker picked it up. And when I went to set the hook, it was like snatching a
Nothing.
stump. You didn't move. Just he kept on going and just freaking pulled me right into right in between them trees there and wrapped me around there. And I had 14-pound monofilament. So now no more of that crap. I'm gonna go ahead and I should have been flipping with braid up in that thick shit. I usually do, but that's usually when you hook a big one when you're not, you know,
Yeah.
messing around. Got the wrong freaking. Don't want to be flipping in the heavy stuff with light mono like that. Man, as like how you wait a second, make sure they got it, and then they start swimming off with it. Man, as soon as that thing hit the water, it didn't even hit the bottom. He just jerked the line. I seen him grab it. I set the hook. He didn't even move. Didn't turn him around or nothing. He just kept on.
Wow.
But the rest of them were little. It wasn't really an active bite. Just flipping a worm around, pitching a worm.
I'm trying to figure out what that is.
The temperature dropped big time today, though. It feels like fall finally today. It's like them fish are going to be fired up here soon, I'm thinking. I know they were saying the Manhattan and stuff, they come down the river. They come downstream after it cools down a little bit. Be another month or so, but I'll get you all kinds of fish following the bait fish down the river. Right now, they're all up by the springs and stuff. There's a few. There's always bass scattered out along the banks and deep
LOB's
pockets
in
here
he's
and
in
there.
Florida.
Florida, yeah.
Asking where you were. I'm gonna take you out for a sec and put you back in. Just to see if it's something else.
Yeah, for
Nope, same thing.
something happened because I can't even, like, all my comments froze. It
Oh really?
won't let me scroll down on the comments. Or
Yeah, StreamYard, I mean, it has trouble sometimes with stuff.
I don't know.
Remember that one time I came in and like for 15 minutes I didn't think anybody was here and everybody could see me. I had no comments, I had no nothing. I was like, oh, nobody's coming in.
I'm like, hello, nobody.
I was like, nobody here. Didn't even give me the eye. Didn't even tell me. It was just like nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just kind of like, where is everybody? And I'm like, this is weird. I usually used to have somebody come in, but it was like nobody. I was just like, all right, fine then. I don't know. It sounds mechanical.
Yeah,
Maybe
see, it tells me when there's a new comment, but then when I bring it up, don't let me. It's froze. Dang it. Let me
go.
leave.
Yeah, there you go. So just leave and come back in completely. That's what I had to do to get myself to be normal. Is just leave it completely and then come back in. It does say when you go into StreamYard, from a phone is experimental. Although I don't usually have, except for that one time. That's the first time I ever had a problem. Was that one time, and everybody came in and went, "Oh my God, we've been watching you for 15 minutes." Nah,
Still messed up, ain't.
it's just the rain.
My comments look a little better. I can see the new comments. I don't know if it'll keep scrolling or not. We'll see.
Are you still there? It kind of went away. They all got that. Yeah. Did you see the new video? Low? Yes, fish said.
No, didn't. I didn't
Uh,
get to start. What I didn't have time to finish to watch the whole thing, so I didn't even start watching it yet.
Did you see what just TEST S might be a Wi-Fi issue? Yeah, he did get kind of that like you got
My
to
chat's working now. Everything seems to be working on my end. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, no, you did kind of do that like that effect they do on songs where you get all like you know the
Mm.
synth. Yeah,
See,
sometimes when you
does it
talk, it did that synthesizer sound.
now? When I guess it would have to sound like that. I guess when you play back the video, right? It would have to sound like that because
Yeah, it sounds.
I, I, didn't,
Yeah.
I didn't pick it up when I tried watching it again. I couldn't find the spot where I was talking like that.
Oh, were you talking like Mickey Mouse?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, on our side, yeah, you kept turning to Mickey Mouse.
That's crazy. Well, I am in a freaking. This is all like it's a steel shed, so
When LOB got pixelated. Yeah. Yeah, when you get pixelated, it does that. The audio gets stretched. It gets stretched. The audio gets stretched. That's what causes it to do that sort of synthetic, weird sound to you. It gets
Well, there's a
stretched.
freaking military base too, not far from, like, right over there. They like a bombing range. They drop test bombs. They're not like live bombs. They're supposed to be dummies and stuff, but they got tanks and stuff all over the woods that they drop. They're target practice.
Yeah. And I hear you fine when it's like when you're not talking, it does weird crap. You're usually fine, so I don't know. That would be badass. Live ammo. Yeah, it'll all work out. It's fine. I'm just gonna have fun fishing differently tomorrow. Hopefully. Doing some flipping and stuff. I haven't flipped pinot in a long time, so.
Oh yeah.
I'm all the way back when I used to have my pretty much since when I had my own boat. I'm gonna hit up pinot with Andre.
Oh, cool.
Hitting up pinot with Andre, and I think Sunday with Wasabi we're gonna be probably on shore, and then Monday, hopefully DRW, but on Nazi. So hopefully I'm gonna be filming 3 shows, bro.
Dang.
2 at Pinot and 1 at Nazi.
Nazi?
Yeah, Nazi Meno for the spotted bass. Down south. He hasn't contacted me. We said we were gonna do it last week. I sent him an email, but he hasn't got back to me, so.
It can be tricky finding them if you don't fish those lakes very often. I know, like Smith Mountain Lake in Virginia, they have some spotted bass, but they were kind of hard to find. But those guys that fish there all the time knew where they were at and what they were doing. But
I used to live down there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all my same spots from the early 2000s still have fish. So.
Heck yeah.
If it was there then, that lake is loaded though. That lake, 100 fish days there. When the bites. Yeah. They're not all too big. Most of them, like pound and quarter and half. You've seen it. That's the one I do when I go down with my friend for the during Father's Day. And we do it on his boat, which is harder to help fish off. No control. It'll be really cool to be on a lake in like an actual bass. Where we can position and stay. I fish the battle tank and I'm down. It's not fun fishing off a freaking bay line, 18-foot bay line that's a trolling motor back. makes it really hard. Get it moving. You get it moving, turn off the freaking trolling motor, and it keeps moving like 15 minutes. Such a heavy boat.
The wind probably don't blow you around much, but the current probably tough to fight.
Yeah, the wind will switch it. Yeah. It's just not the best scenario. We still catch fish, but it's not the best. I said I almost have worse days fishing if I'm on a boat. It's not a boat that's made for it. You can't control it like a bass boat and that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather be on shore. What? What regulations do they have for boat next on 60 mile? Put a
I love.
Nazi. Oh, I
That's what I
tell
love about my little 15 footer. It's pretty easy to maneuver stuff. It don't take much of a trolling motor and stuff. Uh,
you
it
can drop.
weighs.
No, Jess Fish was asking, can I run 60 miles an hour? No, it's 5 mile an hour. You can put a bass boat in there, big bass boat, and that, but you can run the engine, but 5 mile.
What? 60 mile an hour.
Well, it's only a 74-acre lake, so I mean, even at 5 miles an hour, it doesn't take you long to get anywhere in the lake. it's it's not like you need to get on plane to get anywhere. You get on plane and you'd have to shut it down in 2 minutes because you'd already be at the other side of the lake.
Hmm.
It's only 74 acres. It's basically just a big pond. Not like Nazi. Nazi's what, 13 miles long?
I can get across that in a minute.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit!
My little boat used to run 55.
Mine will do about 50. But the speed limits everywhere are 35. They got 35-mile-an-hour speed limits everywhere, and then there's a like a slow speed minimum wake, and then there's a slow speed no wake, like idle. There's an idle speed no wake, and then there's a slow speed minimum wake. Yeah, and then you got the speed limit things. They're just like all over the place because of the manatees and stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, like Margarita, it's the speed limit's 35 on the whole lake. A lot of them, it's no swimming, but the speed limit's 35. Nazi's, I mean, it's a recreational lake. You have gar boats out there that do like 8, like 30-foot cigar boats with
Uh,
1,200 horsepower engine.
You ever watch those YouTube videos like of Lake Havasu that people posted of? They make like a whole freaking event out of it. Like they'll get their coolers and their chairs and all their stuff, and they'll sit right along. They'll like pile along both sides of the boat ramp right there at Lake Havasu and just watch people pull their boats out, and they'll sit there and drink and watch people pull their boats out and like make fun of them and stuff. It's crazy. Half the people
Oh,
coming off the water are drunk as shit. It's like, damn,
yeah, we get that at Lopez. There's a lot of people that do that.
freaking boats with 5 motors on them, all chromed out with blowers, like a blower on each freaking motor. It's freaking crazy. The boats are so wide they like bring them there they're like sideways on the trailer. It's crazy.
Oh, I watched one guy where it took a half hour to get the freaking catamaran on at Lopez.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the problem with Lopez is the ramp where the ramp is. It's a crosswind, and it's always heavy wind there. So it's watching people try to put a boat on the trailer in a crosswind, especially with the catamaran, because they didn't even have they had their sails up, so it just kept blowing it sideways as they were trying to get it on. I'm like, I'm sitting there waiting to launch. I'm like, put down your effing freaking sails, guys. Why do you think it's blowing you sideways? You got your freaking sails up still.
Wow. Can't go down the road with them. Anyway.
Well, no, but even half the people that go in there, they put if they have a bay line or something like that, they don't know how to drive it onto the trailer. They come up and then shut the engine, and they have people on each side of the
Oh
trailer
yeah.
in the water, like trying to grab it, like push it straight. It's like,
Yeah.
Just
Meet tons of people with brand new shiny shit that don't know how to use none of it. Yeah.
yeah, they don't know how to drive it onto the freaking trailer. They put it in too far.
Or that. Jet skis are fun to watch load because they only steer when you give it gas, and I guess I guess a lot of them got reverse now, but still they miss and stuff when I turn around.
Yeah, as I said, it's Lopez is one of the worst. I'm sure Nassi's pretty bad. I sit there and watch.
The
Nassi's
boat the boat ramp down here, man, holy crap, it gets so busy. Like they park everywhere. Like there's nowhere anywhere along the sides of the road, and then they'll even once it's filled up everywhere, they'll just leave their truck and trailer sitting right on the ramps, like the whole way along. There's like 8 or 10 ramps, and they'll get so full that there'll even be trucks and trailers backed up, just sitting there parked. That's crazy.
oh really?
Yeah,
What the hell happened here?
that's why I don't go on the weekends. I'll go out during the weekday or something, or I like going to pick areas that's out in the middle of nowhere. I like being by myself when I'm fishing stuff. But sometimes when I find a good spot, it doesn't take long for people are there. Like usually when you find a river, chances are you're not the only one that knows about it. So unless you're there on a weekday or something when there ain't a whole lot of traffic out there, there's going to be a lot of boats trying to fish that same spot, even though the river's freaking 300 miles long.
Oh yeah, I mean, I said we don't have much water in California, so that's why our lakes that's why our lakes get so crowded.
Yeah.
And mostly recreational because it's like closest lake in like 40 miles they could launch on or 60 miles they could launch. So everybody goes there. And it's just
Uh-huh.
a zoo. It is a complete total freaking zoo. Nasi gets that way in the summer. You try to get out of it, like there's just boats racing and water skiers and jet skiers. And you try to go to any cove and you go back to cove and every single cove has a pontoon boat,
Full
like
partier.
with 40
Ain't no
kids,
bass.
40 kids in the water swimming.
Uh-huh. That'll change the bass habits.
Uh, it,
Get a deep dive and crank or something.
no, it's just insane. It's like summertime at that lake. It's like one of the biggest. And there's condos for rent and everything else.
Whoa, Josie. Josie's blown. There we go.
Still have that audio going on.
Just a dab will do ya. A little dab will do
Yeah, it's crazy around here. I said with the lakes, it's just they're all around like really populated areas. So you get all those water skiers and jet skiers and wakeboarders and the lake's only like 600 acres. I mean, it's not even a big lake. Don't going south. Don't hide behind your finger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll be fun going back to Nassau. Like I said, on a real bass boat, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Someone that can it has spot lock on a trolling motor and everything, so I haven't. I don't think I've fished it. I've been in like 4 years with my friend.
Spot lock and a freaking the power poles, man. That's game changer. Well, for all this shallow water down here, power poles are great in the wind and stuff. If you're trying to flip and trying to punch when the current's moving or wind, but
Yeah,
I usually just use an anchor, but that's kind of hard to. Or I'll just sometimes if it's shallow enough, I'll use my trolling motor itself.
oh yeah, but a lot of people just I mean, I'm on all those
Or
tournament things.
I could probably just get a cheap 10-foot freaking piece of conduit or something to shove in the ground and tie off to.
Yeah, but you can't beat those shallow water anchors.
Mm-hmm.
I said every bass boat I go on for the tournament, they all have, especially at the Delta. Set those two things down, and that boat does not move.
They only how deep do they work for? They up to
10
like
feet.
10.
Most of them are like 10 feet. They'll go down 10 feet. So you can be fairly deep when you anchor on them. I mean, you just can't do it on rock, obviously. It won't penetrate into rock. Got to be on a soft bottom. Hey, Andre came in. Andre's in the house.
Andre, looking forward to the video, Andre.
Oh, I want to get his opinion on it because I told him about the one I was doing with all the B-roll in it. I spent time just taking my B-roll camera and I filmed. There's B-roll in the middle and there's B-roll at the end. It's just what people want, you know. I gotta freaking do it. I can't if I want to get more views on it, I just gotta do B-roll. Gotta go out, plan the freaking B-roll. They love their music segues.
Mm-hmm.
Got to play the game with them.
Give them what they like.
Looking forward to catching. Well, there he is. I was hoping he'd come on. How we can do it that way?
So, how's it going out there?
Out where?
Did low budget? Did you order some of those jigs that Scott had? I don't know if the same color works here as you're over in Florida, right?
Yeah, I have a bunch of jigs and stuff. I ordered a bunch of some crankbaits and stuff yesterday.
That ain't what he's getting.
Cool.
But who knows what I'm getting? Yeah, it could be a tube sock full of rocks. I don't know.
I told him he didn't read the fine print.
Hey, you might want to have that package sniffed before you open it.
Yeah, exactly. I told him, I'm like, yeah, you didn't read the fine print. It's up to discretion of the bait maker if he thinks you picked bad bait. So you might get something totally different. But I'm looking out for you.
Yeah, it's not your discretion though, budget, even though you're fishing.
Yeah. It's
hey, you know what I need.
It's what I think will catch you better fish. So I send it. That's how CCB rolls.
There you go. You've been
Can't
pouring
take
some of those
that out of
plastics.
himself. What's that?
I said you've been pouring any plastic.
No, not yet. I'm getting ready to though here shortly. I'm debating whether I'm probably going to make another mold or two and order at least one or two molds because the molds that I've been using, like even though I sanded the masters as smooth as I could with like 2000 grit and stuff, I should have clear coated it with something and made it super high glossy. That way, yeah, the glossier your master is, the glossier your plastics are going to be. So they're kind of coming out with like a matte finish, which is all right for around here and stuff. But if I want to give them to people that use them in clear water and stuff, I want to make them shinier. But even though they shine right up with as soon as I put the worm oil on them, they shine right up. But I mean,
Right,
I
gotta
don't know.
look
I'd
into
rather
that.
them be shiny right out of the mold. But I don't know. Plus, I'm getting a couple other different molds.
Are you getting some of those CNC aluminum molds?
Yeah, yep. The CNC ones, they come out the shiniest. Yep. If you get the do it molds, they come out all right. If you spray the inside of the molds with like a high temp glossy paint or something, but I don't want to have to do that. So
you gotta do that. You gotta do that every time you pour.
no, I guess it lasts for a while, but I'd imagine after a while the heat and cooling and heat. I don't know. I'd imagine it would do something to it after a while. If you'd probably have to redo it, probably just spray it down with some carb cleaner or something to take the paint off and redo it. But still, I don't want to have to do all that. I'd rather just get the CNC ones instead of the Ford or the casting, like the casted. Yeah.
Those CNCs, they'll last you a lifetime. Those are really good molds.
There's people I've seen on eBay that you can even get. I thought about getting this one. It's for the ultravide, the Zoom ultravide speed worm. It's like a 5 or 6 cavity with one sprue, and it's made out of some kind of high temp polymer that they did with a 3D printer. And it's really super smooth on the inside. It looks like a factory worm when they come out and stuff. But I don't know. People say with certain types of molds, if you can warp them or something. If you try and do too many, if you're pumping too many plastics through there, not letting it cool down. I mean, they do work better the warmer they get. Like the first bait or two, it comes out a little. Sticky. Has like a more of a blush finish, like I don't know. Then the second and third, it seems like once the silicone warms up, but the aluminum ones they're pretty consistent every time you inject them.
Oh yeah.
So Andre, did you see the video?
It was great. I'm telling you, that video was worth watching, brother. That was a good video. I like all the effects that you put in. I really like the music that you add to those. But I'm telling you, from my point of view, it was very, very entertaining. I mean, that was a freaking excellent video. Yeah.
Well,
and I'm not one to shut my mouth. I tell you my opinion, but I really liked it. I enjoyed that video. That was really
and
good.
I said it was adding the B-roll. I mean, I see why people do it because I don't know. It's just what people are used to with that. And this time I did the two. I did the one at the end, and I did one at the beginning. But
that was.
I told you, I spent the time and brought my B-roll camera.
Well, you can tell. That was a lot of work, but I tell you what, the finishing product was killer. I mean, I wouldn't have changed anything on that video. That video was really good.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, when I do more of the B-roll, it allows me to do more of the fishing.
Right.
and skip to the catches instead of using
Oh, exactly. No,
more.
that was
Yeah,
really good, Scott.
more of the filler to more of the filler in between of starting the engine and moving and talking.
Right, right. Well, you got the touch to make them. I tell you, that was really great video. So,
Man, that sound, whatever is up with your slow budget, is freaking annoying right now.
usually low budget, he always comes in pretty good.
I know.
Maybe you got storms going on over there or anything?
Yeah, he has a storm.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's storming pretty bad here.
electro interference.
Yeah, it's interference.
Yeah.
All the audio that we're hearing is interference.
You got some. You gonna use heavy jigs tomorrow, Scott? So you haven't figured it out.
We're gonna flip, aren't we?
Yep. You can flip with just about anything, though. I mean, I don't know.
My flipping stick is 6.5 foot.
Yeah, I think mine are. I got one that's 7.2 and the other one's 7 foot, or 7.4 and then 7. But like one of them, I got like 40-pound braid on it, so I can yank that sucker right out. But I think it'll be all right. I don't even know what the water looks like. You know as well as I do. It changes by the day.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, I only use 17-pound mono.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's funny. It just so happens to be I already have some braided on one of them, and I don't want to change that out until it gets worn out. But yeah,
my 17 pounds been on there for like 3 years.
Is it mono?
Yeah.
Shit. I have the worst luck with my mono. The memory that it has is freaking ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I've been using a lot of P-line lately, and I just don't know why the memory is so bad on it. It's just, I don't know. It looks like, you can use it for, I don't know, several fishing expeditions, and then all of a sudden it curled like you wouldn't believe. I mean, just unreal. But we'll see. We'll see what it's like out there.
I muted low budget for a second. It was just getting obnoxious.
Obnoxious. He's not trying to do that.
No, it's just the audio is just.
Yeah, well, Mother Nature has some weird ways of working.
Yeah. That's why I said you can tell it's not. It's interference.
Yeah. What time you plan on being out there? 11? You'll be there earlier.
Yeah. 11. That's when I always there.
All right.
I don't know.
Well, they hit really good between about 11 and 2 or 3. I mean, they hit pretty darn good. After 3 o'clock, I found out it's just like a flat spot, and I don't know what that is, but I'm telling you, I've never had very good luck, any kind of luck actually, after about 3. But really? I mean, evening, I'm sure it reopens up towards the latter part, but I don't know.
Oh no, I've always done good from like 11 all the way until I leave.
Really?
Yeah. Just might have to switch. I don't
know. There's several guys that I kind of watch on YouTube that there's these big time guys and stuff like that. Half of them kind of have a misinterpretation of true flipping. I mean, it's kind of weird the way it works, but I was watching a couple videos this evening, and this one guy was actually pitching rather than flipping, and he's good. I mean, he can really pitch really good, but yeah,
I don't believe. I mean, I believe mono. I mean, mono over braid. Yeah.
yeah. I
As
use
far as,
I,
visibility.
I usually use 100% floral because it sinks. But even some of the best floral has a lot of memory in it. So
Yeah,
I
but I
don't know.
use mono. I always use mono because it floats.
Yeah, yeah. I like my lines to sink, but that's a different perspective.
No, I like them. Yeah, well, I mean, I like finesse. I like natural. So the floating line and all that helps it not
Yeah,
think as fast and look more natural.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's just a different. I don't know.
Well, it's a different style. If we get up pretty close to the banks and all that, I mean, that's where the accuracy in a coffee can comes in. And you get them right on the banks of those tulies, right on the edge of those tulies. If you can't get them in, there's some big bass in there, really big.
Yeah, but you can go back in again.
Yep. It's pretty amazing. Did you guys go way back in the tulies the last time you were there? There is there is a shitload of giant carp. I mean, all over. You just look at that carp right below the boat. I mean, we're talking 20 plus pounds, and they are all over there. I mean, like schools of them.
Oh, up in the shallows.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. They're probably in.
No, we didn't go into any of the fingers.
Okay,
It's too shallow right now.
yeah,
I know that lake. When you get to this point of the year in the fall, when it's like 4 or 5 feet down like that,
right.
that yeah, especially when it's clearing up.
Well, I'm sure you
That
know that lake a lot better than I do. I mean, I do know a couple spots where you can kill them every time. I know these spots are very reliable because I
yeah.
say it's probably a 90-95% success rate in these spots. Um, at least throughout the fall, um, they work really good. But yeah, you probably know a lot better areas.
I got a meeting. Sorry, low budget, but
We'll knock them out.
huh?
I said we'll knock them out.
Yeah, no, I was just talking about low budget because every time I bring him in with his audio, it's just,
Yeah.
it's just.
So have you been to Pinto at all this week, or was it just during the weekend?
No, the show I put up today was from Monday.
Oh, I thought you guys were going to Nasi on Monday. I thought that's where you were.
No, to this Monday.
Gotcha.
Is your phone against the wall? We don't know. It's just annoying. I mean, I have to think about the fact that, I have a panel and I have people watching, but it's just when I unmute him, it's just so. I mean, listen.
Ain't nobody watching this shit. Oh wait, I thought I was muted. No, I'm back to muted.
No, Jessfish was asking if your phone was against the wall.
It's like I got it in the best spot, right out of the rain, as best as I can to keep it out of the rain anyway.
Keep it out
Right
the
out the
rain.
window, right out the window here. But
You would just fish that 300-second timeout. No, it's just all we hear is like. That's all we're hearing. I mean, it sounds like you're like shuffling through stuff constantly.
Yeah, it's got to be the sound of the rain echoing and then triggering the mic and making it sound funky. You can go ahead and mute it.
Do you have a headphone?
Or wait, I can mute it and then turn it on when I'm ready to talk. How about that? Over and out.
There you go, yeah. Or if you have a headphone, a headset. A headset might eliminate that. I don't know if you have a plug-in for it, but ADHD. I know. It's just so like it just sounds like somebody's rubbing freaking tinfoil over the mic the whole time or something. Sounds like a washing machine. See that comment, Andre?
Yeah.
That's
Oh yeah.
a really good analogy. I like that analogy.
He gets some pretty bad storms back there. I know that.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
don't.
I know. It just
Yeah.
it's not. I mean, it's definitely interference.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's too consistent in the way it sounds. It's just interference from the audio on the stream.
Right. Is there a particular area of Nassau that you like? Nascimento?
Oh, I have I lived down there for years, so I have all my spots.
Oh, there you go.
I don't know where DRW fishes, but these
I
guys.
tell you, the best areas. I haven't been there in 15 years. Probably the best areas I used to fish were they had that rock shelf, and it was pretty deep in some of those areas. And for some reason, I just catch them all off at crankbaits. I mean, I don't think I've ever used worms over there.
Yeah,
But,
I didn't. I was crankbait and service lure in there. It's spinnerbaits.
Yeah.
You can catch crap out of my freaking plastics in there.
I wish I would have tried that. I've never tried that there. Never tried
plastic. I never did either. I did every once in a while, and I would catch a lot of fish on it, but I would just crank the whole thing.
Do you have any films of you fishing plastics over there from back in the day?
No, I only have that one where I did the spook show down there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the only one. That's the only video I ever filmed back then was the spook.
That was a good show. That was really a good show.
Oh yeah, I got a shitload of them. That was in like January.
Holy shit!
No,
that
but
what?
I have my. Well, actually, no. All my shows that I fished with my friend James. All the ones that are usually in like June or July when I go down for Father's Day. Catch crap load amount of flicking, Ned rig, drop shot.
Oh really?
Him, all the ones I've filmed with him the last like 4 years have all been plastic.
Hmm.
I mean, we're in a freaking bayliner with a trolling motor on the back, so
Right.
there's no positioning, there's no running a shoreline and being in position to cast and everything for square bills and crap. We're usually just sitting in one place or trying to.
Is that right? So, what about San Antonio? Did you ever fish that lake?
Oh yeah, I have a show there.
Really?
Actually, no, I never did a show on in San Antonio.
You know, they were gonna build a, and they still might be. They're gonna build a 15-foot culvert that marries Nacimiento with San Antonio.
Yeah, they're putting in a pipe.
Yeah. I mean, that's a major flow. But
Yeah,
you know,
but it'll
you do,
introduce the spots.
you do know that Monterey County almost sold San Antonio last year or the year before. They were getting rid of it when it
Oh,
was
I've heard that.
when it was dry because they were too lazy to maintain it, and we had all those dry summers.
Oh yeah, that
So,
lake's amazing for smallies though,
oh yeah,
and everybody hates that lake. Even DRW was telling me, and I was thinking about it because he's like, how come you live right there? You always go to Nassau. How come you go to San Antonio?" He goes, "Oh, that place is shit."
well, it's turned shit now because what's happening over there is just freaking outrageous. But
No, but it's always been that way. I lived there in 2000, 2001, and all tournament fishermen hated San Antonio because
why?
they wouldn't catch fish.
Oh well, maybe they didn't know how to fish it. Like I had a lot of good times in that lake. I caught a lot of bass out of that lake.
I know. I
I
would
mean,
catch 14, 15, 20 fish a day, mostly
yeah,
in there. But yeah, even back in that, I thought about when he said to me, he's like, "Oh, and I thought about like none of us. I mean, that was the tournament that they
yeah,
hated,
yeah, yeah.
and I'm like, what are you guys talking about? I always catch like my average 14, 15 fish out there, and
Right.
I was throwing cranks and doing something. But yeah, it made me think about when he said that, and I thought about it and went, dude, that's what everybody always said. They'd rather fish Nasi, Lopez, Margarita,
Yeah.
Yuma, but they all hated San Antonio because they could not catch fish.
The scenery in San Antonio isn't as nice as Nasi, so maybe that had something to do with it too.
No, it's just a totally different lake. I mean,
Uh-huh. Sure is.
it's mostly smallies.
Have you ever fished that dam that was what was it called? The one back in the Carmel Valley that fed the Carmel River. What was it? Pine? Was it?
No, I never fished any of those up there.
Oh man, those had at one time those. We go on lunchtime.
Testes 1 2. Testes 1 2.
There you go. There you
Um,
go.
Better.
There you go. Much better so
Cool.
far.
not really.
Yeah.
Not really.
So the next cloud.
I just
Sorry about
got
that, guys. Continue.
But anyways, there used to be a ton of steelhead back up on Carmel Valley River, all the way up to that. I want to say it's called Pine Flat Dam, but I know it's Pine something.
That's got to be the rain.
What, you still hearing it?
It's got to be.
It's got to be the rain.
It sounds like heavy drops,
Yeah, it sounds like heavy drops. Now that I hear it,
almost like a hail.
yeah, that's what I said. Is it hailing there?
Yeah. It's picking up the rain. And is it really, really loud? That's.
Yeah,
It's kind of like cooking popcorn.
it
That's
sounds
what
like a washing machine is having sex with the dryer. Just Fish nailed it. It does. That's what I mean. It sounds like raindrops hitting like a.
I wasn't sure if it would still pick it up on this little microphone or not. That's
Oh, your
crazy.
voice comes through real well on that.
But it's still picking up the echo. Damn.
Turn the volume down, maybe. I don't know. There's something. I mean, it's picking up everything. I mean, it's he is very, very loud, but I think that's what it is. It's like it's just it sounds like raindrops.
Yeah.
When you put that on the headset, it sounds like raindrop.
He said it was raining over there, I believe.
Yeah, it's been raining, and he said you can hear it on the roof. But I don't know the ambience of that mic is just like freaking off the hook.
But anyways, yeah, I can appreciate the video that you produced. that you put out today, because I know that was a lot of work, but let me tell you, it was well worth it. That was a very enjoyable video.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, it was easier to produce.
Was it?
Yeah. The the B roll and everything, and using that little bit of time and that sort of music and focus.
Now
I don't know.
what
It
is
made
B
it a
roll?
lot, huh?
What is B roll again?
B rolls the part, all the parts you see where there's music under it.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, but that allows me to not have to use that like minute of time or 40 seconds of time to try and find other stuff to do with it.
right,
So
right.
I don't know. It's a yeah. With my mindset, when I do that, because I know that entertains people. When they
Yeah.
hear the music and they see the slow mo and the B roll, that allows me to just cut to when we catch a fish here and there, and not
Well, it puts a lot more substance to the video too. You know, because it. I don't know. There's something about adding music at the right time. You know, especially during
right,
shows like that. That kind of just enhances everything.
right. Or a lot of them put music underneath it
Right.
while the rest of it's going on. So there's some music
You know,
there.
it's kind of this is a good example. It's kind of like, to me, the difference between chatting in the box and actually communicating on a panel, where
Yeah, yeah.
where there's no
That's totally
emotion
what.
to it. You know.
Yeah, and I always, like I said, I always sort of resisted the B-roll thing because that's what, and a lot of people use it too much. It's like there's B-roll with music, and they talk for like a minute, and then it's
Well,
back
yeah.
to
Oh,
then
yeah.
it's back to B-roll for like
Yeah. You
a
can't.
minute, and then it's back to them catching one fish, and then it's back to B-roll again with music, and then
Yeah, you can oversaturate it with music. That's for
right.
sure.
But I think what I did, especially with that video, is I think it's a really good blend to make it.
Definitely.
Yeah, and I was worried about the music because
No,
a
that
lot
you
of
know what? That was the right. Honestly,
yeah.
that was the right type of music, because that actually, I don't know. It just gave it a completely different. I don't
Right.
know. It just it had a completely different feeling than just watching somebody fish. You know what I mean? Even the ending that you had.
Yeah.
When you
Uh,
say that with B-roll, that John B comes to mind. He pretty much mastered the B-roll thing.
oh, and that's the guy that travels all over in his truck, right? Takes his I mean,
His little
yeah,
wiener dog.
John B.
With his little wiener dog. Yeah. It's actually JoJo Bars 23.
Oh, really?
That's that's who I know him as. And if you actually look at Social Blade,
Uh huh.
under his channel name on Social Blade, it says JoJo Bars 23.
I'll be darned. Hey, have you ever been to the
Wait. Low budget. Are you on my oh no, he muted.
what's
No, but see, here's the thing. Here's the thing, low budget. He brought that to the fishing community. Because I always thought when I saw him, like, well, trust me when he first said, "I'm going to change my videos, I'm going to change the fishing world," and that's when we started adding the B-roll. I was like, "Wow, this is different. This is kind of cool." But then I started watching the bloggers that have been around for years, way before that on YouTube. And basically, what he did was took the blog style for lifestyle sort of videos, and he incorporated that into the fishing videos.
Yep, show
Yeah,
did.
and so I was
Uh-huh.
like, I started watching Casey Nastic and some of those other people after I saw what John B did when he started changing it to a lot of the B-roll and that, and I was like, oh, he's. I mean, it wasn't original, but it was original to what we were used to as watching fishing videos. So that's where I went, oh, okay. I didn't, because I didn't watch all this. I only watched fishing videos. But then
Did you
suddenly I
guys
started watching vlogging videos and all that where they use that sort of John B look.
did you guys see
For,
that video where he almost burned his boat down in the
yeah.
water? Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I said is I was kind of like, because I didn't watch that sort of stuff. And all of a sudden, when I saw the way he did it and the quick cuts and all the other stuff and the slow mo of when he does a
Right.
beat with music, but then I somehow found Casey Neistat and some of the other lifestyle vloggers.
Have
And I'm
you
like,
ever have you,
oh,
do you
that's where he got the idea.
where's that?
He got the idea from the vloggers.
Scott Martin does the B-roll and the slow-mo the slow-mo releases, the dramatic slow-mos.
No, he did it. What's he call it? Cinematic. He
Oh
calls it.
yeah, cinematic release.
I think if you look back, I think if you look back, I think I did my dramatic slow mo release before he started doing the cinematic slow mo release. So I think I did it like a year and a half ago. I did it with Jeff.
Hmm.
I fished with Jeff, and that was like well over a year ago. I think he actually came out with it after me. But John B did ones too with when he got that Samsung 900 frames a second phone they sent him, and he did a micro video with all like really cool dramatic slow mo releases because he was promoting the phone.
Oh,
But I came out with the dramatic, I think, before Scott Martin started doing that cinematic slow mo release. So I don't know.
so anyways, have you ever been to by the Costco in Salinas? Do you know anything about Salinas?
No, I won't go over there and fish anything.
Well, there was
Nope.
well, it's on the outskirts. There's two.
No,
They have,
I won't. No, I won't go over there.
why you had the balls to go over to in Marina? Fucking Marina's bad.
No,
That
I'm not gonna go over there by myself or anything and hang out with camera equipment and everything else. I mean, that's just inviting robbery right there.
robbery.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, I've seen a lot of them on Google and all that, and people say, "Oh, that's in a bad neighborhood. That's there. That's it." And I'm like, me wandering around with camera in my head, camera in my pocket, another camera in my pocket. I mean, you know, $1,000 worth of equipment on me while I'm just wandering around fishing chili.
Come on, Scott. It's not that bad.
Well, I'm just saying, what if?
Well, no, I understand if you're by yourself, yeah. But
And I don't know those neighborhoods. I don't know anybody there. I don't know. If I was with somebody else that's from the area or something like that, yeah, I'd be fine. But I'm not going to wander over there by myself. There's no way.
well, the reason why I was saying that is because these two particular ponds right by Costco, which are on the outside of Salinas, nowhere near the bad part. I watched one. I don't remember the fisherman's name. He was a pro fisherman, and so anyways, these two ponds that they have, they're just aerated and whatnot, and kind of fenced off somewhat, and but they're real clear, and they're I don't know, probably 200 by 400 feet. And this one professional fisherman, he happened to have stopped in Salinas, and he just takes a little reel, just a blind, throws a plastic on it, no pole, throws it out there, and like within on the drop, 7-pounder coming straight out of there, and he just pulls that line straight up. That was it. That was the end of the video.
Was that Jason Borofka?
You know what? I wouldn't be able. I don't even remember the guy's name. I don't even know if I noticed his name, but he did. He was he had a lot of sponsors on his shirt. So
Yeah, well, Jason lives there. He's a professional.
Oh, maybe that's who it was.
Fishes the FLWs, fishes the Wild Bass Trail.
But what's his
He's
name?
known. Jason Borofka.
I'll be darned.
Yeah, he lives in Salinas. I fish with him. He's in one of my videos. I partnered with him at the Delta.
Oh, was that right?
Hmm. Yeah, but what I was saying with mine and the music, I always I don't know I forget the fact that most of my age group is like 25 to like 65, and a lot of the younger ones like John Bina, they use the more hip, fun, like trending, copyright free music and that on YouTube and that.
Right, right.
But what I like about mine, I just love that sort of classical and that sort of I don't know more
Well, I
dramatic,
mean, we
dramatic underneath music.
we did grow up in a different era. With if you ask me, we had some of the best music, but that was my opinion.
I was just reading this comment. No, but yeah, it's just I don't know. I love that kind of music for, but at the same time, I was doing the music with my friend Banjo Franklin, which is totally different music, more upbeat and, but it's still a lot different than anybody else is using
Right.
in their B rolls. But this one, yeah, it just matches better in when you're watching it and all that with the slow mo and everything.
Mhm.
It just creates more of that movie cinematic feel to it.
So, are you always conscious about your camera when you're fishing?
The one in my head now.
I was going to say it's probably best if you just try your best to forget about everything. Just be what you're going to be and do what you do, and you got the
Yeah, I mean,
editing
as far as
power.
one in my head, I'm just filming and it's just capturing my day.
Right.
But the B-roll on that, yeah, that was all. Like I said, that was the first time I mean, I did it in those videos when I went with Sabi and that and we were driving and we
Hmm.
filmed all and put the B-roll together of the whole drive there and that. But
Yeah.
that was the first one where I actually did it consciously on the boat on the way to a spot in that and captured everything like the shot of the rods and the shot of the seagulls and the shot of
Right.
the hole and
Right.
yeah, he actually the reason I shot all that stuff that was in the boat of the reels and the pee hole and all that is we started out and he forgot his hat, so he had to go put us back on the dock and walk all the way back up
Oh yeah, you need a hat. That's
to
for
the
sure.
truck. And so while he was gone, I spent all that time shooting all that stuff in the boat with
That
more of
was
our
a good
movie.
timing then. It's kind of a good thing.
Yeah, like the shot of his graph and the shot of the pee hole and coming up over the engine and the shots of the his rods, the shot of my rods and the shot of the banks and the
Shot of the
bank.
pea roll, the pea hole.
Yeah. I shot all that while he was going back to get his hat. I wouldn't have filmed any of that if he wouldn't have forgot his hat.
Right.
But once I had like 5, 6 minutes sitting there, I'm like, well, I'm just gonna take out my B-roll camera and start,
Doing what you
doing all these
got
fun little
Let's
shots.
get some B roll of the pea hole.
to do. Hey, I'll be back in a couple minutes.
All right, low budget, you sound better. Undo your mic. See what's up.
It's starting to slow down a little bit, but every time the wind blows, a bunch of rain falls off the tree and gets real bad. So it'll be a little. Oh, and then here comes another.
Yeah, that's what it is.
See,
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I thought it was just interference. But you called it. You said it, and all of a sudden it got louder, like the dripping and
just the rain.
huh.
Crazy.
That's
So, sorry about that.
no, that's fine. I mean, it's out of your control. It's just it's the situation you're in. It's like plain and simple. But you haven't seen that one yet. Well, I mean, I don't know. It got a few views. The new one I put up didn't. Well, it was one of 10, evidently, as far as views and the amount of time it had been up. But I don't know. I think I'm gonna start shooting all mine that way now. Just I don't know. I'll shoot that way with Andre when we go out on tomorrow to fish. I'll shoot that sort of stuff in this boat and everything. And the fun thing is, low budget. You have the low budget. You have the well. You're on the Patreon, so you got to see the video where I talked about the software I use, the Vegas and the Pinnacle. All that music is generated in Pinnacle. That's why, remember, I told you and I showed you that you can do like all these different music styles and you can stretch them out to exactly match the video and end right when it's supposed to end. And yeah, that's where all that came from. All that music comes from that, and it's copyright free. I mean,
Yeah, I was gonna say I like the new beats you got in the latest couple videos you put out. Changed up the music and stuff. Pretty cool.
yeah, I changed. Yeah, I changed the music in the beginning, and I realized. See, here's another thing people don't notice, and I'm gonna have to. Well, I'll talk about it now, but I'll do it as a Patreon video. But the fact that if you adjust your audio right, you can actually put copyright music underneath your videos while you're talking and everything, and the analytics won't pick it up. But you have to put it at a certain really low volume.
Can't you get away with it by changing your frame rate or something also or something?
No, no, it's just you watch my intro now. My intro is I already got popped. When I put Vegas in my I put well, I use the audio. If you use singing that, it picks it up a lot easier than if you just use music. The analytics evidently pick up audio or a lyric way quicker than
What if you record a song sped up or slowed down just a tad to where you can't really
yeah.
notice it, but yet the would it change the I don't know if it would pick it up still or not that way.
Well, my if you I mean the one where I do the sweet dreams. I mean, under my conditions, I have the sweet dreams, the the rhythmic song, "Sweet dreams are made up," but the guy's just like, "Sweet, sweet, 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 sweet dream, sweet dream." Sweet. Anyway, that is copyright material because I got busted for some of their music when I played it longer. But thing is, if you put it so low in the background and you talk over it, like in my intro, you notice I do that. That's a copyright song. I already got
Oh yeah, as long as you're talking over it, it'll the
right.
it breaks up the waves. Yeah.
Yeah, it picks it up as background, which which is what YouTube's been working on because a lot of people inadvertently walk into a store or something and suddenly there's music in the background and they're like, it wasn't intentional. It wasn't intentional copyright infringement. It was just inconsequential copyright infringement. Because evidently I learned it from I don't know, there's a really big guy on YouTube. He does a lot of blogs and that. He has like millions of subscribers. And he was talking one time about somebody that filed a lawsuit against him for copyright infringement, and it was like 2 minute segment at the end of a 3.5 hour live stream. and he'd already fought a couple of them that said that, and he mentioned that it has to be, if you look at the law and if you actually want to fight them, it has to be intentional use of copyrighted material for your gain. So if it just shows up in the background or somebody like walks up to you playing a song, that's, and it's a little segment of a 5 minute or 10 minute or 20-minute video, that does not show intent to infringe on the copyright. That's just a circumstantial incident that happened. But a lot of people don't know that on YouTube.
And go
So they hit you.
putting the title of it in the thumbnail or description or something.
Right. It's not like you're like, oh, bitchin' ass. I did a bitchin' ass video guy, and the soundtrack's by Eminem or the soundtrack's by, you know, Elton John. Well, there's intent there. There's intent to infringe on the copyright for monetary gain for yourself. But if you're doing a video and all of a sudden with, because I say under 10 seconds, it won't recognize it. But somebody's, playing a stereo and you end up and go talk to them, and suddenly, it's like 30 seconds you talk to them and they're playing some hip hop song or something like that. And all of a sudden they walk away and all that. You edit the video and all of a sudden they say, oh, copyright infringement. All the money you make is going to go to so and so that own this. If you actually fought it, you would win the court of law because it wasn't the intent.
Andre still here?
No, he's come back.
Oh, he's muted.
Yeah, he had to go somewhere. He's come back. Yeah, but that's what I learned from that one little segment about this guy was it has to be a conscious effort of yourself to use their copyright material for a monetary gain. So if it's inconsequential and just in the background or something like that, if you actually fight them, they lose because it just happened. It wasn't the intent of the video to. I mean, if you're mixing them in B-roll and you're using, Jay-Z or Beyonce or something, and it's all the music and just the slow-mo behind it, but the music is the focus, then yeah, that's an intent to infringe on the copyright. But if it's in the background or it's just something like that, and so that's what I said is if you take it to a certain level and play it behind you, it's the analytics looking at it, but the analytics with your voice going in and everything else is not going to pick up the algorithm of that song because your voice is much stronger over the top of it majority of the time. So far it's worked. I mean, if you notice mine, I take that intro and I drop it way, way down so you can barely even hear it behind me. Every once in a while when I'm quiet, you can kind of hear the songs there, but that's just it. It's like intent. Is the rain stopped? Can you unmute? Oh, Psycho Ducky's in here. Sorry, I'm not even paying attention. Don't forget to. Thank you, Psycho Ducky. You can come in here if you want. We're having a panel. I haven't dropped a link in a while, but it's a little slow at the moment. I mean, Andre's in here, but he had to leave. low budget's in here, but he's having audio issues. Yeah, he's like, he's here. He's that way, but you need to learn sign language so you can. He's having a storm in Florida, and he's having raindrops, and he's having some issues with this audio. So he's he unmutes to talk, and then he mutes. That's kind of the way it's been going. And Andre, I don't know. He said he had to be right back. I don't know. He had to go do something. So it's.
I'm tucked away in a fallout bunker right now.
Yeah, exactly. so yeah, it's sort of kind of a really weird panel right now because one of the panel walked away and the other panel is intermittently given. He's an intermittent opinion person. Evidently, at the moment.
All right.
Oh wait, Andre came back.
Yeah.
Unmute yourself, Lo. Is this still doing it, or are you good?
It's still coming. It started raining again. I thought it was done, but it came back. Sucks.
Yeah. It sounds like rain on a hot tin roof.
I mean, it sounds crappy on the over the electronics and stuff, but in person, it's putting me to sleep.
Oh yeah, I always love sleeping when it's raining. Is it a tin roof?
Yeah, this is a little metal shed. It's all metal.
Yeah,
I forget what it's called.
Like.
Yeah.
He needs to chop down this tree.
There's a whole row of them back behind there. It's like they're like 50 feet tall pine trees.
Oh, you guys never run out of water over there, I bet.
No, yeah.
Florida's underwater.
Shit, if California only had a quarter of the rain you get, your state would.
Oh man, yeah. During the rainy season, just during the summertime, it fills up all the lakes and rivers and stuff.
Oh,
and
yeah.
we're good until springtime again. It'll be low and then
hurricanes.
Mm.
They get hurricanes. They get.
Oh yeah.
No earthquakes though, but we got sinkholes and stuff. They're kind of scary. You never know where they're gonna pop up. But there's all these. There's like
a couple years ago, some guy was
I'll be
sleeping.
right back, guys.
Sucked them up. Huh?
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, I wasn't too far from here. That was he
Really?
Yeah, sucked him up while he was sleeping. The whole house. That was crazy. But yeah, there's a lake right behind. Well, it's called Lake Heron right here behind the house, but it's dried up. I don't know how long ago it dried up, but there's like on Google Image or Google Earth, if you pull it up, you can see like 3 little ponds that I guess are still there. I guess I'm gonna try and cut a path back there one day, and it's probably about 2 miles or so from the house back there. It's 850,000 acres back there, and there's like all kind of like scattered ponds and stuff back there. There's probably some monsters in there, freaking honey holes, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. What is it? Lake
just
Heron?
getting to them and stuff, because there's any kind of animals you can think of in there. Freaking Black Panthers, bears, alligators, all kind of snakes, freaking.
Oh yeah. Yep.
But the wife just got. I was gonna get a 4-wheeler or something and go exploring back there, but the wife just got a Jeep, so I think I might use that until I get something. That'll get back there pretty good.
Oh, there you
I
go.
think there's this one pond that I want to hit. It looks like there's it's pretty cool. There's lily pads right in the middle of the lake, and they're shaped. They're all shaped in a heart shape. That's what it looks like from the Google Earth image. It's crazy. It's like there's no vegetation around the edges or nothing. It's just like one patch of lily pads in the middle, shaped like a heart. It's crazy. Like,
oh man,
weird. That's probably
you guys have
probably
like over there, right?
X marks the spot there. It's probably a 20-pounder waiting for me right there. Nah.
There you go.
No, I don't know.
I made it back. So, Andre, you planning to fish tomorrow? Or, I mean, we were asking people that earlier.
Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely.
Where are you going?
Pinto Lake,
Wow.
Quinto.
11 o'clock. I got this guy.
Taking your boat?
What's that?
Taking your boat?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna take a pro fisherman with me. He's gonna show me a couple pointers.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. He also does videos.
Wow. Jason Borofka?
No. Different cat.
Travis Marone?
Don't go out with that CCB guy. He ain't gonna catch
I
nothing.
heard about him. I heard about him.
He's just going to shoot a bunch of B-roll and make a shitty video.
No, apparently he knows that lake pretty damn good. So
Yeah, but he's a B-roll guy now. It's going to be like,
there you go.
give me nothing but music and slow-mo and like 15-minute video.
Put some themes from some music
Give me
from
all music and like 2 fish caught and
the good, the bad, and the ugly.
yeah.
You got some good.
Well, I'm gonna bring it.
There you go.
Change batteries. I gotta charge batteries tonight. I don't know if I charge batteries for that thing.
I mean, even though it's a little John boat, it's got like 6 or 8 outlets all over it. So I don't know if you have a 12-volt power supply. I mean, you want to plug it in. Little boats, but
No, I'm all battery. I have 8 batteries with me.
well, yeah, that ought to do you.
The slow-mo camera, 1 battery, and
You just keep that fucking camera off me. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah, that's gonna be hard. Thanks.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't give a shit.
No, I said that one little camera I just keep in my pocket. I just take it out and shot all the shots. I mean, it's 240 frames a second slow-mo.
Oh, is
I
it
can
really?
go over the side, turn it on like the shots with the boat, with below the thing with the water.
Mm-hmm.
No, I just put it down. I hold it there for maybe 10 seconds, 15 seconds, and then that turns into 50 seconds of videos.
Right.
So it's really cool. Some of those shots, though, I mean, I don't know. I could have moved it faster. I don't know. This time I might try it. It has 2, 4, and 8 times. For the dramatic slow-mo, I shoot on 4. But I don't know. This time I might try it on 2.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, a lot of the movement where I'm doing it, I'm moving it slow because I forget that it's already in slow-mo. So I actually need to move it a little bit quicker to get the turns. Because I'm I'm trying a shot where I'm panning and kind of moving to the left, and I find myself like moving really slow, but
Right.
it's already moving it 4 times slow. So I need to start moving it a little bit quicker to get the better effect for those. Yeah, so I'm kind of learning that with it. There were some of those shots that I wish they were a little bit quicker. I mean, I can manipulate them in the software to make them a little bit quicker than that, but then that takes away from the quality. So
Yeah.
in my head, I want to learn how to move that camera quicker to get the same slow mo effect with it being more.
Just fish.
What? Just fish? What was that? Yeah, but I said that's because I don't use it.
Potato.
I don't know what he's doing, man. He's hitting that pipe.
He's in that pipe.
Here he comes. No, I thought I was going to comment after that one.
Is that wacky tobacco legal?
Oh, that was Noah that said that. Potato.
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 Yeah, as people make, they make pipes out of potatoes. No, but yeah, I mean, I appreciate what you said about that, Andre, and it was.
Well, you deserve it. I mean, it did turn out good.
Yeah,
That was enjoyable.
yeah, but it's funny because I don't know. It's really weird because the effort of me to do it was extremely minimal,
Well,
but it's something that I can always do, and I can do it like if I want, but I've just kind of shied away from doing it because that's what everybody does. But
right.
you got to play the game. I mean, you guys have been teaching me that how to be a marketer, how to promote your stuff.
Got to do what you got to do.
Got to do what you got to do. And that was just one where I just threw it out, just sort of. I told you that. Remember, I told you. I said, wait till you see the one I just put up.
Yeah. No, I mean, I was impressed.
And I hadn't even edited it yet, but I knew in my mind that I already had that B-roll stuff
Yeah. Yeah.
mixed in, which would make it be a different sort of video. So
Well, see that's the type of video I wouldn't mind watching again. You know, and
it's my first one after 1,200 videos. I finally got him after 1,200 videos.
yeah.
I
No,
finally got a video he wants to
no,
watch.
I liked your old videos too when you were on your boat. I mean, those you focused on like I told you before. You focused on on education and what you're doing, and you had a visual of you fishing, and even
Yeah.
a pole was involved. So that was really good.
Yeah, and those were more focused at the time when I did them.
Right.
When I usually wander and go from shore lakes, it's more of like I haven't been there in 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I don't know.
I did notice you didn't laugh very much back in those days. I think that's why you said it was more focused on rather than
Well,
joking and laughing
it
and
was it was more focused because I knew the bite
right.
because I was out there 3 and 4 and 5 days a week. So, but when I started going to shore and that to Uvis and Chesbro, I would go to them. I go to one day, and then 2 days later I go to another one, and then 3 days later I go to another lake, and then I wouldn't get back to the other lake until like 5 or 6 days later or a week later, and so and I've only fished those lakes for like 3 years compared to Pinot that I've been at since 2012. So yeah, when I was out there on my boat and that I was fishing it, but that's why I started expanding and going to all their lakes because I felt like anyway I knew how to catch a lot of good fish and I knew where to fish.
Mhm.
I thought I wasn't doing my viewers justice because it was easy, like like a private pond in that. So that's
Right.
why I started kind of challenging myself more to go out and fish these lakes I've never fished
Yeah.
and expand on that kind of thing. Because for me, I mean, basically for me, filming it just got. I mean, I'm supposed to be a fishing channel. I'm supposed to catch a lot of fish, but it got boring because I could always go out for, for the most part and find a good bite and catch good fish.
Right. Right.
It's like it's the same thing over and over. Like, what am I teaching these people? Like,
But like I told you before, you can have quite a good show even if you don't fish. I mean, if even if you don't catch fish, it just
yeah,
just depends. I mean, at least you make them real, and you don't sit there and only put the spots where you're just catching fish all day long, and you know,
yeah. And that was the whole. That's always the whole intent of my show is being real about it. I mean, I think at one point when I went over those shows, like back when I was doing this first one over, and I think I had like 8 shows I upload in a row that I never caught a fish
yeah,
in the winter. Like,
I always liked how you put the conditions in the beginning of the show. That's the
yeah,
one thing that a lot of channels leave out. They'll show you, oh, they caught all these fish, but then they leave out all the conditions, or they'll.
yeah, and that I brought that in from Bill Dance, Roland Martin, the old school TV shows. They always showed the conditions,
yeah,
so that was my intent with that. But like I said, it's just um, I was telling you this last time on here. I said my show was set up for the TV format, and I pretty much kind of changed everything else with my vlogs and my tips and tricks. Those were came about when it was already a YouTube mindset. But I never changed my shows to fit the environment of a YouTube fishing show,
right.
which is now what I'm doing with the B-roll and I've experimented with a lot of different intros and all that other stuff with
I
different.
just don't think I just don't think at the time when you first started, like I said, they're really good videos. I just don't think YouTube was ready for the bass fishing scene. Now it's all over, but
Right.
I think
And they're
people,
all and they're all copycats.
right,
Yeah, they're all. I mean, even Scott Martin, but he has Brandon that, and Brandon's a millennial and someone that grew up with YouTube, and he's the one that does all the filming and all the editing. So it's Brandon that's taken what Scott Martin does and made it more acceptable to the YouTube community.
right.
I mean, if it was just Scott doing it on his own, he doesn't know how to fly a drone. He doesn't know the music. He doesn't know. He has.
Scott's daughter Hillary, she just blew up. She just dropped a bomb on YouTube.
Well, what do you expect? I mean, come on, it's connections, dude. I mean, I mean, and she's that age group. She's what, like 14 now?
Who's that? A fisher guy or a fisherman?
Scott Martin. You don't know Scott Martin?
Oh, Scott Martin. Okay.
Yeah, he's talking about his daughter, Hillary.
Oh, I got you.
She has her own show now. What is it called? The True Hillary? Something like
What does
that.
she do? Fish also?
Yeah, yeah, she's a really good fisherman.
The real Hillary or something. The real
Yeah,
Hillary Sue.
yeah, yeah. But she's 14. She knows Instagram, Snapchat. I mean, she grew up in the social
Oh yeah.
mecca, so she's really good at networking and everything else. And hello, she's in the Martin family with Roland Martin and Scott Martin, and so how hard is it for her to blow up? I mean,
Yeah.
he has like 500,000 subscribers now. His dad just started his YouTube channel, but he already has like 100,000.
Yeah, it was just neat to watch because I like subscribed to her when she had like 110 subscribers when she first started it, and then like within the next day it was like over in the thousands, and like now I don't even know how many she has. I'm sure it's probably close to 50 or 100,000.
Oh, he probably had a link on
Oh
his.
yeah, he
Oh yeah, no,
somehow they I don't yeah, well
he
yeah, I'm
drops
sure
right.
everybody that was subbed to everybody else just went over there, but because that's what
Yeah.
I did. I subbed to her, and I was subbed to first Roland, then Scott, and then her.
Damn.
But
Yeah, but that's not. I mean, that's the way it all goes now. You see it. It's a group of networks like the Guggen Squad, and now you kind of have Kick Their Bass TV, and Lojo, and Norm sort of hooking up as like another kind of
well,
crew.
I heard yeah, I think actually Yank Your Crank, and he was saying something about merging with a bunch of the other guys that are in the that do a lot of the channels that we go to and stuff. I guess they're all getting together too. So there's a whole bunch of merging going on YouTube right now. But
Well,
that could be a pretty cool thing, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. There's so many different ways you can go within your niche. Like
what happened to G Money?
G Money. Oh yeah, like even like yeah, I'm hooked and who was the other one?
Disappeared.
Yeah.
Thanks, Noah. Sorry, I'm finally looking at chat. He said Fishmore is the best.
Yeah, I hear you there, Noah. Yeah.
No, but I said that's the sort of thing. Is nowadays you have to. I mean, the Googans did it. They were the originals to join force and always promote everybody else's videos on everybody else's videos.
Maybe you should just do something like Tactical Basson's doing. Like I don't have any tips and tricks videos, but you do. Like maybe you should just like they revise their shit every damn time it's like if it's swim jig season, they're talking about the swim jig. If it's they're talking about whatever bait they're throwing that time of the year, basically. But
Thanks, no.
yeah,
Noah
besides
came
you.
back with a besides you. Oops.
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 Not many people.
No, but no, I don't do that. I mean, that's why I said it. It's like it's so recycled. Like, every time it's the fall, they're doing the same video you saw last fall.
Yeah.
It's just,
And they still get like 1,000 views an hour. It's crazy.
Wow.
yeah, and the tips and tricks are like 30 minutes long. Cut it down to like my tips and tricks, like 10 minutes, something like that. I mean, they just draw it out for like ever, and I'm just like, I mean, for me, there's I don't know, there's not much new I haven't seen, and, and the same thing they're talking about, like for fall fishing and summer fishing, all that. I freaking Bill Dance did that in the '80s. Somebody else did it in the '90s. I mean,
Yeah, that's basically what fishing is just the same. Even lures, it's the same thing, just presented by a different person, a different time. Like it's the same shit over and over. Like Mexican food, you go there and you look at their menu, they got 50 different items, but it's all the same shit, just mixed around different on your plate. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, that's that. I mean, that's why I did my tips and tricks when I did them. And I really, if I do one on fall fishing as tips and tricks, it's pretty much gonna be the same way I fish every fall. So I'm not gonna. I mean, yeah, that show might be like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years old, but I'm not gonna upload a new one because I already told you.
Yeah, that's one thing. Yeah, I think the only difference on like something like Tactical Bassins, even though they cover the same thing once every year, like maybe twice every year or whatever, but I think the only thing different is maybe the baits that they're using. They're probably trying to show, they're showing off different baits, but usually, Matt's pretty stuck on the same stuff. The underspin, he's big on the underspins and stuff. And he like and the swim baits and stuff. But
Yeah, but I actually watch. I mean, I haven't watched those guys since they had like 2,000 subscribers. I mean, when they were at the same level as me. And like I said, I'll watch some of their videos and I'm just like, it's the same old shit, guys. Like, how are you getting 100,000 views on a video that's pretty much the same video you did last fall? They got 100,000. It's like, yeah, you're trying to promote another product. All right, this new bait came out. Now I'm really into this like version of the same bait because
it's the same thing but different.
It's got a different hook on it, or it's got a different blade. I don't know. I said most of those videos, almost all those videos are trying to sell fishermen, not catching fish. It's just
like bait, like people when they make their baits and stuff and try and sell their baits, they want it to look flawless and stuff, and I'm just like, you know what, like I don't know, I kind of wouldn't mind having a bait that looks more realistic, having some texture to it, maybe some like, have it look more realistic, because no natural or fish in nature is going to be like freaking perfect right out of a mold, I don't know.
No, I still haven't done that tips and tricks. I have a tips and tricks I've never done. It's called being realistic versus being realistic. And I was going to show the difference between baits that look really real and baits that don't look anything real. And the fact that you will often catch fish on things that don't look like anything other than maybe a color scheme compared to something that looks exactly like what they're eating. Because you can't mimic nature. To them, it's a potentially new food source. I mean, if you watch it, if you study it, I think I did bites on that. But anytime there's a new sort of species of bait fish or something else in the water, it will for a little while become a target.
Yeah, I know they're programmed to spot differences in their species or whatever. Like they see stuff that's different like that, they'll want to take it out. But.
Right, because it's to them it's like, well, what is this? It doesn't know what I am yet compared to everything else they've grown up their life being around. Like, okay, a bluegill knows what I am. Okay, a crawdad knows.
I think you did one on. Didn't you do one that talked about like just because you go to a lake and you see a whole bunch of shad, don't right away assume that their diet's of shad. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and I have another one on that too. Was that the one? I might have done that on that one. I don't know. But studies have shown that they will switch. You will have a huge population, the biggest population of either shad or bluegill or herring. I mean, they've had the most.
Good way to tell is the size of them, I guess. I don't know.
Right, but they'll show that there's like a huge population of, or an explosion of population of that. But when they do the stomach tests of a lot of the bass, that's not what they're focusing on. and
Mhm.
and
Tough to go.
well, it just has a lot of other factors. I mean, the factor that the shad or whatever population might have been crazy is because suddenly there's more weeds in place
Mhm.
or something like that. And so suddenly, the reality is that lake didn't used to have weeds. It's been a lull for weeds. Suddenly the weeds grow up, and that might cause the shad to have really good spawn and they go crazy. But what the weeds do is help the bass eat and focus on bluegill better.
Mhm.
So anyway, there's millions of shad in there, and everybody would assume, oh, they got to be a shad bite. They could be eating the shit out of the shad. No, they're gorging on freaking bluegill because at the same time
Mhm.
the shad went crazy, suddenly the weeds went crazy.
Is there any spots that Pinto has?
Yep.
Its,
What?
does Pinto have any grass anywhere?
Yeah. As I drill it.
The triangle ain't.
No, it's not out there. No, there's a lot of places where there's hydrilla. There is some grass that's starting to grow in there, like a stringy leaf grass.
You want to talk about hydrilla? Holy crap! That Lake Underhill that I went to the other week with those guys. Whoa, that was like it was crystal clear water, but it would be like the deep spot would be 20 feet, and you could see 10 feet down, and there was
Oh,
hydrilla
I didn't even see he came in here. You guys aren't watching
the
the
whole
chat.
way up. It was insane.
Yeah, but the same thing with hydrilla. If you notice it now, and I showed it in the videos that I just
Whole
did.
lake full of it.
Yeah, but I talked about it. But the hydrilla at Pinot now is getting dirty. It's getting all kinds of black algae and everything all over it, and they won't associate it around it when it gets dirty.
Mm. Yeah, this was all clean and fresh, green.
Right. Yeah, I learned that. I learned that from the Delta. I was fishing with
Yeah,
birds.
that's a good thing. That's a great tip for fall fishing. When everything
Yeah.
starts dying off, you want to shoot for the greenest
Yep.
stuff you can find. Stay away from that stuff that's dying off.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and I had a tournament where that I was telling Andre about the one where the turnover happened right before it, but all kinds of grass. It was in Margarita, all kinds of grass, everything around the edges. Everybody was still trying to punch it and everything else, but it was dying off. And I was catching fish 6 feet out from it.
They were already ambushing them coming out of the cover. Right?
No. There was grass down there.
Oh,
There was green
you
grass
found okay.
about 3
Was
feet
it
up from the
the
bottom.
grass line or just running it through the grass?
No, I
Like-
was just right above it, but they were out there.
Oh,
And everybody was punching and everything, and nobody wanted to do the tournament. Nobody could catch fish. And I was catching 8 feet, like 18 to 20, 3.5, 4 pounders a day on a square bill, just throwing 6, 8 feet out from all the weeds around the edge
mhm.
because I was on the greener. But then right before the tournament, the turnover happened, and it just killed everything.
But
See, I keep something rigged up to where I can do all that. Hit them 5 ways to Sunday from the same spot
that
before I even move.
that delta has hundreds of miles of some killer fishing, and there's a lot of grass in that area up by Antioch and what's that?
It's over 1,000 square acres on it.
Flip it and you pitch.
Yeah, that's a fun place to take a boat, Scott. It really is. You go through so much.
Well, I've fished 10 tournaments there. I spent 10 years fishing
You
tournaments.
smoking a can, man?
Yeah.
Right on, right on.
No, I've fished everywhere in the freaking. Yeah, I spent 10 years.
I gotta get another drink.
10 years fishing tournaments at Delta.
Yeah, that's a fun place to fish.
Yeah, but it's not easy.
No, if you find the right spots.
Well, it's a
I'm
tidal
excited.
water. That makes it really hard.
I'm excited to see what that national professional fishermen's league's all about. That's gonna start next year, sometime next year.
Is
Yeah,
that the one you're gonna be fishing?
I wish it's for underdogs, but you got to have a resume. I don't even have a freaking fisherman's resume. But
No,
it's
yeah,
all they aren't letting any pros in it. It's all like people that want a chance at it. But oh shit, something just attacked me.
nice.
This is
No, I
Democrat.
don't know. See, I spent my tournament history was watching all the clubs use the same, and I would go intentionally to the lake when they're having their tournament,
Oh yeah.
and I would fish that day with them and see how I did, and I would go to their tournaments. I did that for like a year or two, and they were all like, I don't know, they're all like, I'm like, yeah, I saw you guys out here. I would have got like first, second place. Like, oh, it's totally different when you tournament. I'm like, I'm out here on the same day as you guys. You guys are all
Hmm.
crowd water, and I'm still. And so finally, I'm like, fuck it. I'm just gonna enter their freaking clubs and show them. And the first three tournaments, yeah, I was nervous. It was different because money on the line, and I think, and then the fourth tournament clicked, and all of a sudden I got 11 first through third and 11 tournaments in a row in 3 different clubs on 5 different lakes using the same technique. And I was just like, all right, well, I kind of proved it, and I've never fished a local club since.
You know, there's guys that fish that thing all their lives, and they all have their own hidden areas and what's so
Yeah,
nice.
but they don't. I still beat all them.
Yeah, but
I got
majority
second
of them
place.
in the tournament.
I got second place on Nasi. I mean, on San Antonio,
Really?
and on all small all smallies. And when we went there, everybody's like, because I was new to the club. I think it was like my second, or it was like my fourth tournament or something. And they're like, oh, it's gonna be so and so and so and so, because they're like smallmouth fishermen. And I was like, oh, really? I'm like, I do pretty good on small. He goes, oh no, these guys, they usually always get like first, second, everything on this lake because that's their deal. The lake has such good small lake compared to largemouth. Yeah, and I got second. I beat both of them. They didn't even do that well. They like almost tanked. But I had both of them come up to me after the tournament and ask me how I caught all those good smallies. Yeah, and I'm like,
what's the secret?
yeah, but I'm like,
Mhm.
it'd been, I think 4 months into me ever catching my first smallie ever, because I think my first smallie ever came out this lake when I was
Really?
free. and both of the top smallie guys came to me and said, how the hell did you fucking catch all those good smallies? And I'm like, high speed square bill cranking. And they're just like, yeah, they were like, what, you pulled out 14
Well,
pounds?
they must
Like what?
San Antonio since then, because I know that lake got so low that I'm sure 90% of the fish got killed.
No, no,
You
no,
don't think so?
not all. Not all.
Well, I took my drone at the dam one year, and that some bitch was a little river. There was nothing left. I mean, there was nothing left of that water. It was
Yeah,
a
no, but right after it filled up, this freaking striper bite was insane.
really.
And like 15, 20-pound stripers. Oh, yeah,
Did
that
the
that thing.
current was the current a lot stronger then,
No, there's no current. It's a
or
dam.
no
No,
current?
it's a big lake that just gets a little
Our
feed from
our
the.
lake, see, he's used to like Kentucky Lake and all that, where they pull water through them in and out all the day, and they create a current in that. No, ours here, they're locked off, and they have like a steady little trickle that comes out of them.
Yeah, so
Mm.
they're all natural. They don't,
Yeah, they don't pull water because all those lakes, they pull the water and then they stop, and then overnight it fills back up, and then they pull water and then it fills back up. our lakes just drop.
Well, they really don't have anywhere to pull water from, though. I mean,
There's
all that
right
is
around here. There's like Lake Monroe, and there's like 10 different lakes that feed into the St. Johns, and the St. Johns is one of the three rivers in the world that flows north. It flows north up into the Jacksonville and goes out into the ocean. But there's a lock somewhere up there
Right. But
above
see, we
lake
don't.
another lake that like all of them drain into the St. Johns River, and then it goes north. But the current flow, even like
Yeah, but see,
the
we don't
current
have.
does pick up a little bit after the rain and stuff after the rainy season, but it's still not like it's still maybe like 2-3 mile an hour current, and it's not like a river up north
No,
of
but
like
we don't.
Pennsylvania. You can see like eddies and stuff behind corner.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love this
No,
show.
we don't have current in our lakes.
Yeah, like I said, the St. John's, like it's one of the rivers. I never seen a river that doesn't have hardly any current like that before in my life. Like it barely moves. It's so stagnant. Like right now, that's why all the fish went up
Thank you.
north to the springs, or where the cold spring water comes out. But now that it feels like fall today, finally it was like 90s in the 90s every day until today it dropped into the low 70s, and
starting to cool
You got to
down.
remember low budget.
yeah,
Like
temperature.
you got to remember that like
I'm in a freaking hoodie. I wasn't
probably
like,
low budget. Probably 80% of our lakes in California by January usually there's no incoming water at all.
yeah, they get the river here. It gets really low. It drops about 6 feet by
No, but I'm saying
January, and then fills up in the spring. Or
no, but it has some water coming into it. Most of ours have absolutely none
Yeah, no, we
by
don't.
by
July.
post spawn, it'll be full again. But post spawn down here is like end of April, March. But some people say there's 4 different spawns down here, which I
Yeah.
don't know. I believe it because I've seen some, like it seemed like they were spawning all damn summer long.
Well, I know, but I said it's like back east and that it's like, oh, let's run up to the river and they're actually going with this water flowing in. In California
Mm-hmm.
we
Yeah.
go, oh, let's go run to the river. And there's a dry riverbed from where you start fishing up. Like
Yeah. So
there's
here
no
low
flow.
budget. Here low budget. We barely get 2 seasons. Then the 2 seasons in between those seasons are very mild. I mean, we either have summer or winter, and our winter isn't near what it should be. But you can always tell California because when it's green, we got the rain. But I'm telling you, this state probably 9 out of 12 months, maybe 8 out of 12 months is just dry. All the
Wow.
mountains, the hills, everything's dead except for the oaks and the other surviving trees.
Yeah, I
Oh
mean,
my gosh.
low budget. We'll have like
That
we have a
sounds
good
like
year.
Arizona when I was out there. It rained one time the whole year I was out there. And it was bad when it did rain. It was like
No, but what I'm saying is
insta flood.
You'll go to these lakes and you're like in the winter and when there's and we get a good winter and there's rain, you go up to a place and it's flowing in like a freaking river. Like
Mm-hmm.
high flow and everything else. And I said by July it's dry and there's nothing running into it.
Wow.
It's
That's how it would be on the East Coast in a lot of spots if they didn't dam it up in areas. But
well, no, ours are all dams. They're all dams for lake. But,
I guess the heat and not enough rain just dries
well,
up.
that's just California. I mean, unless it's like a big enough river, like
I
the
seen that.
Sacramento.
What's that?
The
What's
Sacramento
that
or the
called?
American. All of our rivers that flow all year long in California are fed by snowmelt.
Yeah, the Sierras. And that's basically north. Sacramento and all the way north is a completely different
every river.
That
Even
whole what's that aqueduct out there you got there? I noticed.
Delta.
I've seen sometimes that's dry and sometimes it's full. Ain't
Delta's 2 miles. That's the aqueduct. That's what takes all our water from the north to the south. California aqueduct.
LA takes it all.
Yeah, but I mean, you're pretty much right, Andre, in what you said, because anything from about Sacramento south, the rivers they drown.
No, hell no, they don't. Yep.
I mean, even without dams on them or anything, they just because once you get below that, the mountains there don't get enough of a snowpack to feed it. So,
No.
and it's just the way California is. I mean, pretty much from Sacramento down is a desert.
Basically, yep.
Yeah, the only reason we have like the Sacramento River and the American River and the Feather River and the Kern River and all that is
all right, Tito.
because they're north of that and they're all snowpack.
Well, they get fed by the Feather River, the American River, and
Yeah, that's what I said. But all the rivers is there a river that flows?
the only one is the San Joaquin River, and that comes out of
That's Delta.
Friant Dam, and that makes it through the valley and to the Delta eventually.
Right.
But at that
But-
time,
but-
it's still
But
nothing.
that's Stockton. That's Stockton. That's still there. There's nothing south of it. There's
Nope.
nothing south. Nothing, well, there's creeks, little teeny creeks, but south of where I'm in Monterey, all the way down to Mexico, and that there's no other river.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a Riverside River. There's other rivers, but they're a river in winter, and that's it. Because
Right.
there's snow down there, but it's not enough of a run, and even half the creeks that flow, they sometimes they'll flow all the way to the ocean, and by July, August, September, they only flow like halfway there, and then they percolate into the ground. So the fish keep constantly moving upstream to keep with the water. And then when it rains and that, they'll move all the way down to the whole other part of it.
Yeah, that's another thing to always keep in mind. That helps you locate the fish is whether the water's high or low at that time. Like, or
Well, this is water or no water. So then
usually when it's low for a while and then it comes, yeah, no water or water. Yeah,
Well,
I seen that one place where you.
there is no.
What was
high or
that one
low.
place you showed with the tires that had all the tires everywhere and that weird freaking statue the dude made? It was like some kind of totem pole or some crap. It's probably buried somebody.
That was Anderson.
Hmm.
The Lake of a Million Tires. That was
Yeah, but they closed
That looked like there was a bunch of water there at one time.
No, every year it's full.
Wow, that's crazy. Fills up and then dries up every year. Dang.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what's so different about California.
Oh yeah, California is probably
this year.
one of the roughest states, probably other than Arizona and New Mexico, to actually have fishing. You know,
Right.
really good fishing all year round, where you got lakes, rivers, and
Well, why do you think there's so many? Why do you think
Hmm.
there's so many big time pros on the circuit that are all from California?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You go to another state like
Aaron
where you're at.
Martins.
I mean, that's
Aaron Martins, Brian Thrift, Kobe Myers. I mean, Skeet Reese. Those
They're
are
all from California.
They're all California fishermen. Oh, there's way more.
Why would they be? Why are they from California?
Well, it's just because of the conditions that we have to catch bass in.
yeah, we're not spoiled here. Let me tell
Yeah,
you.
I mean, I could go to a lake for 5 years in a row and be fishing completely different stuff because we didn't get the rain we needed. And so all my best spots are like, guess what? 40 feet up the freaking hillside.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I did really good when it was full and all that stuff. You're looking up the hill to see should be underwater, but then suddenly for 5 years, it just every year it goes lower and lower.
Well,
Hmm.
you know how rare it is. I don't even remember the last time San Antonio or Nascimento was at 100%. It's probably going to take several years of some good strong winters to even get them close to that point. I mean, that's how bad it is here when it comes to the lakes and the conditions around it.
No, Nasi will fill up really quick.
No, Nasi only got to 60% or 70% after all those storms. I think San Antonio's at 30% right now.
Yeah, but Nacimiento has, I think, 200% more acre feet watershed running into it than San
Oh
Antonio.
yeah, well it's a lot. It is bigger than San Antonio, a lot bigger. It's got a
No,
lot.
no, no. But I'm not talking size. I'm talking about the way they're built and the way they're done.
Right,
San Antonio has a very, very small amount of watershed that feed it
exactly.
compared to Nas.
I think Nasi's higher, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean Nasi could fill up in a friggin' second.
Well, yeah, but it's so much bigger that it's got a lot more areas to get that watershed from.
Right, but a lot of it is they release a lot of it out of there, so
Oh
it could
yeah,
have
well
gone to 100.
that's what feeds Salinas River. I mean that's
Yeah,
Salinas River's input.
they're doing it. They're doing it as a management tool.
Yeah,
I mean, the reality is the way they work in California and that, and a lot of it's with all the laws and everything
What's
else.
up, Paradise?
With all the laws and everything, the problem is they're too scared to get a lake to be full, especially
right.
when there's predicted more rain and everything or heavy winter. So they will release the crap out of it
Right.
and not let it get to 100%. And then
Well,
I know a lot of the stuff around my area, Central Florida, it goes probably 4 to 6 feet up or down, and it's only like 6, 7 foot deep to begin with. So it does go almost dry in some spots, I guess. But and then you
well, no,
got the
but our
hurricanes that switch stuff around. But that's crazy. Like I
but see
know.
with us, it's that's what I said. It's a management. If there's a predicted wet winter the next year, I've watched them draw these lakes down to almost nothing.
oh, exactly. They mismanage those lakes so
Dang.
bad because
But
they're so
but
paranoid.
the winter won't materialize. So all
No,
of a sudden
no, exactly. And you'd
they're
think
like,
they'd learn
"What
by
the
now.
hell?" Oh, no, I've watched the management of it, and I see how it is since I've been fishing over the hill. I mean, I know exactly like
Yeah, but that's what they always do. They always release way more than they should, and this has been for like 20 years.
because they're predicting a certain storm or something, and it doesn't
Exactly, and it
come.
never develops.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, you had that water. You could have filled this thing up. Why the hell did you let it go? Oh, well, they're predicting another couple more storms, so we
Oh
had to
yeah.
drop it. Like,
We get
When
them.
I was out in Arizona, I heard guys talking about freaking Bill Gates was trying to buy up water rights or something, or like diverting water from Lake Havasu, keeping more of it up and towards Phoenix or something. Uh, like that would pretty. They were saying that like that's why Havasu's only as big as it is because they're only allowed so much water, like so many people per gallon or something like depending on how much water they got. That this is the Colorado River that runs through there, I guess. But
Oh yeah.
which doesn't even go to the ocean anymore.
They got it. Well, the Lake Park or the Parker Dam, it's like the deepest dam in the world or whatever, 300 and some feet deep right there at the dam, and it's crystal clear water. But that town would be so much bigger and stuff if they were allowed. But that's mostly BLM land around there anyway. owned by the government. Stuff that they're not supposed to own anyway.
Yeah, but I was shocked to find out that the Colorado River doesn't even make it to the ocean anymore. It dries up like hundreds of miles before the ocean.
I never checked it out that far down.
Yeah, I mean, it used to flow constantly, but we put those 4 lakes on it, and they don't manage it right. They don't run the water. So
And it seemed like it kind of trickles out right there where we were at Lake Havasu. Like it kind of.
yeah, it doesn't make it much. A couple hundred miles, I think, from the ocean. I mean, unless it's
There's some kind of reserve or whatever.
Well, I mean, unless it's a winter
At the end of it that I fished. Yeah.
after release. Yeah, but I noticed it on. I was looking at Google satellite, and I was like just screwing around. And I'm like, oh, Havasu, I remember that. And I kind of zoomed in, and I'm like, oh, the cow, and I kept following it, and all of a sudden, it's like, what the hell? There's no water anymore.
Yeah, that place was amazing to fish. Yeah. That's
like,
crazy.
It doesn't even make it to the ocean. That big of a river.
Well, you know how the Salinas River is over 160, 170 miles long, and you know the amount of water that river flows is so minimal. But one thing that's ironic is the basin under Salinas Valley is one of the biggest basins in the United States. I don't know how many 1,000-acre feet of water is under that surface, but there is a lot of water under
No,
there.
but Salinas River is actually, I think it's one of the top 10 or one of the top 5 biggest underground rivers in the world.
It sure is. It sure
Yeah,
is.
it all flows underneath it.
Well, that's why we have the farming like we do and never run out of water.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, there's aquifers all over here.
The other thing too is low budget said this, but yeah, Salinas is one of. Well, I think there's only 10 rivers in the world that run north to south, south to north.
I think I just looked it up. Yeah, it was like 3 or 4. I think.
Salinas
There's
River
one in Egypt or something.
No, Salinas River runs south to north.
Yep, sure does.
Might be one. Yeah, might be one of them.
One of the. There's only like 4 or 5 in the world that run south to north. And
Ain't many. That's why I was like, dang. And the St. John's, it flows so freaking slow. Like I fished it for a couple weeks before I even realized which way it was going. Like I was fishing the wrong sides of the points.
Oh.
And everything else.
Yeah, but Salinas River, yeah. But you got to remember what San Antonio feeds it, Nazi feeds it, and Margarita feed it.
Yep.
Which are all dammed and which are all water supplies. So they hold back all the water that should be flowing out of it to save it. And then they only release a certain amount, I don't know what their acre feed is, but they feed it in for the farmers to keep the aquifer up.
Right. Keep it saturated.
But yeah, I said they pay for it.
I know in Pennsylvania they used to let the river water level down during the wintertime every winter because it would build up with ice, and then you'd have like chunks of ice building up and getting all like piled up at the dams and taking out bridges and crap.
Yeah, back east totally different because there's always water. That's why they have the locks and they always fill up. There's always such a shallow. It's a shallow groundwater to begin with all the snow and the other stuff. But,
yeah, hell, back east you can dig your own own well 20 feet deep.
Mm-hmm.
Over here, you go down 500, 600, 700 feet to get water. That's
shallow
that you can use.
You can get water, like a foot or two below the surface. Most places here, it's like swamp. Yeah. Anywhere in the woods, make your own freaking.
Well, that's but I said that's one of the reasons here in California it's really hard, or
Yeah, I didn't know that. Like, I guess that's why the wildfires are real bad. They said because
Well, the other thing
they're
is
like
too
getting
is
even less rain than usual or something.
the other thing too is I mean, you're used to grass and all that stuff. Yeah, in the Delta it's there. In Clear Lake
Yeah, my
it's
wife
there.
didn't like Arizona, like no grass.
Right. And what it
I'm
is
like, I like it.
because no, our waters keep dropping. They're dropping all throughout the summer, dropping and dropping. So everything that starts growing, it grows, and then it dried up, and the other one
Well,
tries to grow, and it dried up.
one of the
Mm.
biggest problems is California. They're so stupid here that almost all the water that comes from the Sierras they dump
Go to
straight
LA.
out in the ocean. Straight out in the ocean.
Oh yeah, a lot of it does.
I mean, they don't. If they, they spent billions of dollars on a high speed rail that'll never be done, and with that amount of money, the amount of reservoirs that they could have put in the Central
Yeah.
Valley.
I think they've been talking about that for years and
That's,
years.
Yeah.
that's how
Yeah.
bad the
California
state is
doesn't have enough
mismanaged.
reservoirs.
Yep, yep.
Well, no,
So
a lot of it, but a lot of it is a lot of those rivers that go straight to the ocean. That they will, because of the environmentalists and the dinky bird watchers and all that, they won't let them pull water out.
that's exactly right. That's
Yeah,
my whole point. That's
because
my point.
because the salmon's going to be coming up in the spring.
Well, and that shitty shad and
Yeah.
whatever.
I'm surprised that you can even buy a lot of these baits in California because a lot of the stuff that I see, like on packages and stuff, says like known to the state of California to cause cancer, birth defects, and
Right.
all this shit. Like,
We're the
I'm
only
like,
state.
damn, you can't. Can you even get it in California or?
No, we're the only state that has that though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're the state that made that law about lead.
Well, that's
Mercury.
how bass backwards we are here.
I know.
We're not like any other state. I mean, this is
Well, I did a whole joke about that because I don't know. I was just talking, joking to someone. I'm like, how come
Oh, this one
California?
doesn't say California particularly. It just says warning cancer and reproductive harm.
Yeah, they dropped it, but all of them always said California. So I was joking about one day going,
I know a lot of even car parts and
what
stuff.
about all the other states? Like, why is it only California that recognizes it as cancerous?
Mhm.
It
because
doesn't
of
say
freaks that run this state. That's
9
why.
out of 10 states agree. It was just only California.
Mm.
I'm like, how come no other states have found it to be a toxic?
Well, I tell you, because they let
I think it's amazing how
they let their people free over there in the other states. They don't try to control them like they do here.
that's what I mean. I think it's amazing how different it is. Like it's supposed to be United States of America, but it's like a totally different country going from across state lines sometimes.
This is like China here, honestly. I mean, they've in the last 20 years they have closed off so much public land because the
I could imagine. Oh yeah, I seen what's been happening in Oregon out there. Yeah, like taking over resources for freaking. That's crazy, man.
Exactly. And then they complain about fires.
Yeah, and and the government a lot of times they light them themselves.
Pull
They're like
in here, guys.
they're called backlighting. Like that.
Nobody's telling me.
Cole Outdoors, what's up, man?
Our panel does not watch chat.
I can't really see the chat. I got to keep going back and forth. It sucks.
I know. I said on mine it's so small.
I'm gonna bring my laptop out here.
Yeah, but I said
when it's not storming, hopefully.
I said the diversity of what we fish here in California, even on the same lake from year to year, is totally different.
Right. Do you guys have sauger out that way? Like sauger? They have those in Oregon. They look like a walleye or something, like a bass, but they're really mean looking. Got some big old teeth on them. Like a largemouth bass and a walleye bred together.
I don't think so.
You might be talking about squawfish. Do you know what squawfish are?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I said they're one of the 3 native warm water fish in California, but they kind of look like a minnow. They kind of look like that Sacramento hitchhiker, but they have a
Oh.
bigger mouth and they have like freaking wicked teeth, and they eat trout and everything else in the rivers. They get up to like, I think they have like 4, 5, 6 pounds.
You guys have natural native trout,
Golden trout.
or just stock trout in certain areas?
No, we have golden trout are native here.
Yeah, some of the rivers.
Rainbows.
I think Feather Rivers always got those trout are always there. I don't
No,
think
he's talking native trout. I'm trying to figure which native trout. I know the golden trout and rainbow and steelhead are native. And
I'm only talking about trout that I've caught. I don't know about all that shit, but
well, no, that's what I'm saying though, because we have cutthroat trout here now. We have brook trout here, and I think those are the other 2 that we have here: the brooks and the cut, along with the rainbow. And
Noah caught a sauger early this year. You got a video of it, Noah?
I know they're
Yeah,
native.
there's some mean looking fish. Oregon, I think, has them.
North America. They're native to North America, so I don't know how far west they go from here.
Yeah.
But they might be all the way across. Yeah, they're like you said, they kind of look like a minnow crossed with like a walleye's mouth with the walleye teeth.
Of course, you got like the warmouth, and you got bluegill, obviously, and you have like I know down south here in South Carolina, they got a lot more different species of brim than up in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania, it was like pumpkin seed and bluegill.
Yeah.
And long-eared sunfish, but down here you got like there's big red breast. A lot of head shakes, pretty sweet.
All those are native to North America, but they're all introduced to California. Bass, any type of bass, bluegill, catfish, all those fish are introduced to California. None of them are.
Yeah.
Well, whatever that
1873.
If that fish looks that vicious, I think we do have that type of fish here, and he runs the state of California. He's our governor.
No, he's talking about the pikefish. It used to be called squawfish.
Lip him, Noah.
It used to be a squawfish, but they suddenly deemed that offensive to Native Americans, so they changed its name to Western pikeman. Sacramento pikeman. That's what.
How about creek chubs? We got chubs out here.
We have some.
Well, I mean, out on up in Pennsylvania. I don't know about here. There's all kinds of weird shit in that St. John's I ain't found yet. Mud minnows, and there's freshwater crabs, blue crabs that converted to freshwater.
I think there's squawfish in Pinot. Should be. There's hitch in it. I'm assuming there's probably.
That's what I need to do. Get some daggum crab traps and go get some crabs.
We got some good rock
crabbing in a bass boat. That'll be my next video.
Yeah, exactly. Scott Martin does them.
And
he does the lobster hunting. He does some different stuff. All right, guys. Andre, you ready to fish tomorrow?
Yep, I'm out of here. I got shit I gotta do, but yeah, I'll see you at 11.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I want to be on time, so
I'll be there.
All right, guys.
All right,
y'all.
In here.
You guys
Later.
all
Put some silencer on your damn roof.
Some bubble wrap. It sounds like bubble wrap.
I don't know. Spray insulation all over the top or something.
Yeah.
Some dampening agent. Yeah, I can see
I
it.
got
I can hear it.
that shit, but that don't help at all.
Yeah.
I don't know. I need. What do they use in those sound booths?
Oh,
That
the egg
sound deadening foam. Looks like egg.
Yeah. Yeah, egg.
All right, man. Appreciate it, man.
Right.
I'll be hunting down the mailman.
Tuesday. Let's come on Tuesday.
All
I'll
right,
be
buddy.
live tomorrow. I'll be live tomorrow at Pinup probably for a little bit after Andre.
Cool.
So thanks guys.
All right,
See y'all
Noah.
then. Check in next time. See you,
Smash the
Noah.
like on the way out, everybody.
See ya, Cole Outdoors, and was it down south? Who's our Greenland guy?
Yeah, he was
Down
playing.
south. Down south. Down south. All right, guys.
All right, Beach in Paradise, Noah. All right, guys.
See you later.